To lead the Skol chant and sound the Yaller horn, please welcome the 31st Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jensen.
Well, hello, this is John Randall, Minnesota Vikings legend, and it is my pleasure to say, Minnesota Vikings fans uncensored, are you ready? Keith, get your people up. Let's go. Skol, 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 baby. Let's go.
Hello, Vikings fans. Welcome to a Wednesday edition of the Let's Skol Show. I'm Fish. As always, I've got Mr. Positivity, Cody Bowden. He who greets with smoke, Skoleful Shack. Our Captain Keith is going to be joining us momentarily. And tonight, we have a quick recap of our Week 8 game against the Chargers, preview of Week 9 against who's that team we're playing this week? Detroit Lions. We're going to have some Lions fans joining us so that we'll be doing some Skoling with the enemy. Carson Wentz is out for the season. Did KOC make a mistake by continuing to play him? The fans seem to think so, and they already have old KOC on the hot seat over it. McCarthy's back as QB1 this weekend. What are the expectations? We've got some hindsight. We're 7 games in. And what was the Vikings' biggest offseason mistake? We're going to go around the Gallahorn with our hot takes and our weekly predictions, and we are now calling that Purple Prophecies. Hashtag trademark. But before we jump into all that, let's break this ice. Fellas, in a rare set of circumstances, we've got a full week to sort of digest the last game instead of running on the short week like we normally do. We were in a pretty dark spot after last Thursday night's game. Have y'all looked in the mirror? Have you changed your opinion since after that loss, or are you pretty much on the same track?
Nothing's changed. I'm sorry, nothing's changed. That was an embarrassment on prime time. We've been embarrassed twice already now so far on prime time. And we got embarrassed by a Falcons team that is up and down, and we got embarrassed by a Chargers team that is up and down. I don't want to come into someone's house like the Lions and attempt to play them with their with what they going on right now. But it is what it is. At least we won't get embarrassed on prime time. We'll get embarrassed in mid-afternoon game.
About it, Shaq.
So for me, even though I had us predicted us to win this game, I did say we could lose this game. It doesn't change nothing for me because I still feel like we still could go to the playoffs. So even though I want us to win this game, I feel like that loss didn't really matter. I just wish it would have been a better loss, at least.
Tell me about it. I had to spend money to be there and sit through that damn thing. I had my kid watching hockey on her phone by the second half. My wife told me before the fourth quarter, we could beat traffic. It was just terrible. My family wasn't even having a good time. And, we're driving home and my wife's like, so the best part about going to games is the tailgating, isn't it? It's like, when you get beat up like that, yeah. When they're winning, it's awesome.
We tried
but yeah. I expected, to maybe lose that game, especially because I saw, the Chargers are going to be wearing those sweet throwback uniforms. And, that team just for some reason, when they do that, they have the advantage. But I expected to show up, and we didn't. And I'm not going to lie. I'm a little more down on the team than I was 2 weeks ago.
You know, I just wish I feel, Keith, like I might have failed you, because I feel like if I might have just advised you, maybe you shouldn't go to this game. You know, your record's not that good. The situation isn't that great. Maybe you should just probably stay home and watch this one on TV and just in the comfort of your own home. Then maybe it might have saved you the money lost, the aggravation, all that stuff. If I'd have done better. So I actually am going to take fault for this, Keith, for not having been the Jiminy Cricket on your shoulder.
Bro, I never thought of it that way, and now I'm a little bit mad and disappointed, Fish, to be quite frank with you.
I will do my best to be a better friend.
I am thinking about going to Seattle, though. Try to catch that game, you know.
Go. Please go. I need you.
No. So I actually wasn't that low after that game, and I'm still staying the course. When I think about that game, I almost looked at it like losing a preseason game. Be honest with you. Carson Wentz ain't the guy, never was going to be the guy. Missing a few people. I feel like we're going to be a different team now. It's almost like I said. So, yeah, I mean, Cody, did you have faith in Carson Wentz?
Not after the first drive.
I'm talking about general.
In general,
when it's JJ McCarthy is injured, Carson Wentz is starting.
The first 2 weeks, I had faith in Carson Wentz to get us to the point where we can allow JJ McCarthy come back. And the last 2 weeks would said a different story.
And you're a better man than me. And most of the general wisdom about a backup quarterback is if they can just hold you, go 500 while your starter's out, then they've done their job. Okay, 2-3. The team went 2-3 with Carson Wentz as the quarterback. So, and now, what up, Yogi? Skol, buddy.
Skol, Yogi.
All I can say is this: things have changed. We're getting our guy back. We're reasonably healthy. We've got some key players coming back. I'm sure we'll touch on it later, but having Van Ginkel back, I think, is going to end up being pretty big. So I'm staying the course right where I was at. The season starts this weekend. 10-0, Shaq.
If we get blown out Sunday, is the course off the rails after that?
Well, yeah.
Can we get to this stuff?
Yeah.
What's up, Tommy? Skol.
Skol.
So since it is so far removed from that game, we are going to go through it really quick, but not spend as much time as we normally would, because the Vikings did come to Los Angeles and get embarrassed, 37-10, dropping our record to 3-4, which I really did not expect us to be 3-4. There are a lot of scenarios I imagine. 3-4 wasn't one of them. But this game, it got off the rails quick and early. It started with a great kick return, which got nullified by a penalty. Then Carson Wentz misses Aaron Jones on a freaking screen pass by about 3 yards. And then we punted. And it's like, yep, okay. I kind of see what kind of game I'm in for. But then Isaiah Rodgers, interception, pick 6. All right, let's go. I got up. I'm cheering. I'm yelling. I'm high-fiving. Wait, what are they doing down there? Oh, they're going to take that away too. And then just total, my kids got the full Viking experience in the first quarter. And it never got better. The Vikings only generated 164 total yards, which was the 16th fewest in team history. Our Chargers guest that came on last week, they're worried that we were going to take advantage of their run defense. Not really. We had 34 rushing yards. That was the third lowest in our team's history. And 16 of those 34 came from Xavier Scott on 2 runs on the last drive in garbage time. Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones had 18 rushing yards. Sorry if you started them in fantasy. I did. They're concerned about our wide receivers against their secondary. Really didn't get that opportunity with old Robo-Arm. Only had 157 passing yards, the 21st lowest in our team's history. This was a historically bad offensive game for our team. And our defense, only missing Van Ginkel. So you can't blame injuries on it, that we got smoked and gave up 200 yards rushing to a team that had 40 yards rushing the week before. And Justin Herbert looked like Jesus himself out there. So I don't know, man. I don't want to really get into the Carson Wentz stuff yet, but I want to just go ahead and go around the room and just get you guys' takes from this game. Starting with you, Cody.
Ass. That's all I got. That was the worst performance I've seen on every single facet of the game. I think that maybe the bright spot was a little bit of Miles Price, here and there, but then they got turned back. So I can't say special teams. Special teams is garbage because the holding calls, defense giving up all the rushing yards, making Justin Herbert look like Joe Montana. The offense can't get moving. Coaching was terrible throughout the board. All three of them. It was a nightmare and it's an embarrassment, and I don't think it's something we come back from.
I can see where this is going with Cody all night, and I'm not far behind you. This will be interesting. What about you, Shaq?
I feel like they stole our lunch money. We just happened all night, and nobody did anything for us. So that's pretty much where I stand.
I mean, it was like they stole our lunch money, though. The Charger fans, man, they were actually really cool during tailgating. They were giving away lunch. Charger fans, really nice. They party well. People say a lot of stuff about Charger fans or that they don't have fans. Man, that place was actually rocking. It was actually a lot louder than I expected, and I thought it'd be Vikings taking over that place. I would say it was 50-50. Like, when there was cheering going on, I didn't know who was cheering for what. Like, was that Vikings or Chargers? So, I don't know. I just wanted to throw out that Charger fans are cool. What were your takeaways, Fish?
I feel like I was watching the coach I wanted to kick the shit out of the coach I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I mean, it couldn't have been worse. It couldn't have been worse for me in that aspect. I was big on getting Harbaugh, and I tried to temper it. Us winning some games helped temper it. But, buddy, and let me just say this. Yeah, their defense, they got run on, the week before. It's amazing what happens when you get Khalil Mack and Perryman back, huh? Because Perryman was doing what we wish Ivan Pace Jr. could do. Knifing in, stopping run plays before they even got going. He played great coming back. So, yeah. Wish we had that coach.
Well, like you said, the Jim Harbaugh thing, that bugs me because I take things like kind of personal, even though like I'm not personal with the Vikings. I take things personal. And now we had two guys that we rejected beat us this year, and they were smug about it. Jim Harbaugh beating us and Aaron Rodgers beating us earlier with the Steelers. Like those sting because that they had these games circled on their calendar, and they came in and did what they wanted to do, and they win. So yeah, that is kind of damning.
Aaron Rodgers beat us. Huh. Comes in threes, right, Keith?
Hey man, let's not do that.
We don't play Indianapolis, Shaq. What are you worried about?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I will say the three players though that played really well in my opinion, and just Jeff did his thing. He's always gonna do his thing, but Eric Wilson, Jonathan Grenard, and Jalen Redmond. Those three were moving and getting after it. I mean, Herbert was elusive, so Redmond had 8 hurries that game. Just could not get to him. Grenard is really fast, man. Like watching him live, that dude is like a missile. Just he gets back there, but Herbert again elusive and getting rid of the ball quick. But those guys is all hard. And Eric Wilson, I really hope we end up bringing him back. And I hope Ivan Pace enjoyed his in and out because his job has been taken. I don't know if you guys saw that. I
can only hope and agree with you on that one. I hope we don't mess around. I hope we just sign him in the offseason. Let's not play.
Well, Ivan Pace is a free agent, so definitely have to do something with linebacker. And then some other things that kind of bugged me in this game was when they flashed over to Carson Wentz and to Josh McCown, and they're over there like laughing, smiling on the sideline. And we're down by 3 touchdowns, and I'm like almost crying inside, and they're laughing. Like that bugs me, dude. Like it makes me feel like they just really don't care. It's like it's just a paycheck to them, They're still gonna get paid either way. they're not really Vikings. They're kind of just here visiting. Like, they don't feel it the same way we feel it. I mean, Carson Wentz was feeling pain for sure, but it wasn't about the loss. And I don't know, did I bug you guys at all? Or
yeah, it allowed me to not have any empathy for him once he was starting to. Once he started, I felt like, go see your buddy McCown and go ahead and he'll make you feel better. You guys can have a good time with your shoulder.
Like, what are they laughing about?
What's funny is I don't know if you guys remember the Derek Anderson clip when they asked him what was he laughing about on the sideline, and he went off. He said, "Nothing's funny. Nothing's funny. I put my life and soul out there every play. I don't find nothing funny." And then they asked him, like, "Well, we see you laughing on the sideline." Yeah, but I ain't find nothing funny. And that it just came to my head. It just came to my head when they showed Wentz and McCown laughing. If you haven't seen the clip, make sure you go searching on YouTube. Derek Anderson rant.
I'm gonna have to check that out because that does sound funny. But yeah, like what is funny at that point? You're down by 3 touchdowns on a game that's nationally televised. Everybody's watching. All eyes on you, and this is funny. I don't think it's very funny.
It's Carson Wentz letting McCown know, "Hey man, my shoulder's fucked." McCown's like, "I don't care. You're still
you're gonna play still.
Get back out there, buddy."
It's a joke, right, Coach?
Look,
And then
man.
another thing
Just
that
one more, and you're
bugged
gonna
me.
have a job next year.
Yeah, right. I don't know that he will, man. I think he's cooked.
Cooked.
But we like bringing in cooked players, so I don't know. Maybe he will be back, third string quarterback. You know, KOC's got experience with him, and KOC likes to bring his guys back. But another thing that bugged me was when Josh Metellus got that late interception, and we're still down, 21 points, and they go run to the freaking end zone to do the celebration. Like, he's like, looking, come on, guys, let's go do our little dance. Like, are you kidding me right now, bro? Like, what are you celebrating right now? Because you're not gonna win. Like, you're celebrating like your personal stat, and let's freaking do a parade. Like, that bugs me. Like, I'm not even a big fan when they do it when they're winning, but I can kind of like, all right, I can look past it. But when we're down 21 and you're going down there and you care more about your flashiness and your celebration because you got a tip ball interception, bro, be real. That's clown activity.
I thought that shit was gone after Cam Bynum left. And yeah, Metellus can go too. I don't care if we just extended him.
That tells me that the locker room is all about just the locker room and the players now, and not about what the coaches are all about. That it just screams, "Hey, I want to celebrate our accomplishments. I'm not going to go forward," and it didn't sit right with me either.
Shaq's like, I liked it. Can't ruin my parade because the rest of the team playing ass. I'm doing my job.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm doing my job.
He did his job for that one play.
I got burned for 2 touchdowns, but I got this pick off a tip.
Thank you, Jalen Redmond.
Yeah.
Thanks.
My guy from the very beginning.
Yeah, we went back and watched the tape, and you called it, Fish.
I'm excited. This guy's going to be stalwart, quote unquote.
Can't tell you nothing.
Nope.
So when the Vikings win, we give out game balls, which we haven't done in quite a few weeks. When they lose, we give out laps. For the second week in a row, we're handing out laps. Fish, who's yours going to?
Fuck KOC.
Whoa! It had to be all that?
Yeah. Let me tell you something. He could run laps till he dies right now after this, especially. I mean, he got out-coached. He got outclassed. I'm kind of tired of it. Even if we were to blow out the Lions this Sunday, I don't want to see some video of him rah. And get your ass back to the drawing board. Get ready for next week. We'll see an inspirational, speech of yours after we win a Super Bowl. How about that? Until then, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Don't want to see none of it. I want him nose to the grindstone and getting this team to perform week in, week out, not look like ass one week, look good next. None of that. I mean, the guy, he's on the hot seat with me too.
Ooh.
I
think that might be a theme throughout the night.
I made him run laps last week, but I guess it wasn't.
Yeah,
he ain't tired enough.
Keep running. You have to put a weight vest on him this week. Well, you're going coach, so I'll go next because I'm going coach too on the other side of the ball. And yes, I say the other side of the ball because KOC only pays attention to one side of the ball, like another coach we had that people had a problem with. But I'm making Brian Flores run some laps because this is 2 weeks in a row that the defense didn't show up. And this week, it was terrible. We were playing backup running backs, playing against an old wide receiver in Keenan Allen who was burning us, a young tight end that had a great fantasy day for Cody, and making no adjustments was Brian Flores in this defense. And we only had Van Ginkel out. So we have all of our guys there. And we had said this whole season, this is going to be the best roster that we've given Flores. I can't wait to see what he does with this. And what does he do with it? Leaves the damn middle of the field open all night. All night. That never changed. The middle of the field was wide open. Every pass play, middle of the field, wide open, which that's actually what's going to scare me about this game with the Lions is they're going to run that damn dagger against us all day. And Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to have 27 catches for 300 yards. He never adjusted to fix that. And that bugged the crap out of me. I'm not worried about him getting a head coaching job. I'm worried about him not getting a head coaching job at this point. So Brian Flores, for me, you are running laps. What do you got, Shaq?
For me, I got former first-round pick who we traded up for multiple draft picks, Dallas Diamond Turner.
Oh, if I can say JJ.
No, he comes back this week, but it's Dallas Turner. Only because with Van Ginkel being out for the last couple of weeks, he hasn't really shown why he was a first-round pick to me. He showed very little glimpses. He looked more like a second-round, third-round pick in the games he played. This was his perfect opportunity to show why he was a top draft pick and coming out last year. And when we gave him the opportunity, it looked like he didn't know what to do out there. I don't know if B-Flow calling the plays or Dallas Turner is not really familiar with the playbook. And it's like when he did get pressure, he just couldn't get Herbert to the ground. So he's not sacking the quarterback as much. He's not stopping the run, and he's not defending the middle of the field. So what is he doing out there? I'm confused.
How about this comment for you, Shaq?
I don't know who that is. Please let me know who that is.
Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was happy when we drafted Dallas Turner, even or Jared Verse. I would have been happy with either of them, but when we drafted Turner, I was very happy. And you know, there's people out there that make all kinds of excuses for Dallas Turner. Oh, you don't see the intangible things that he's doing out there. You know, he's out there sealing the edge and he's stopping the quarterback from doing what? Because he just ran for like 70 yards. Like, what is he stopping the quarterback from doing? We signed him to come in and rush the quarterback. Okay, that's why you take a guy in the first round. You don't take a defensive end in the first round to seal the edge. You want him getting after the quarterback, and that is not done. He said, sure, he's playing well for a contributing third or fourth rounder, but no, he was a first rounder that we traded a third and fourth round pick to move up for and get. So, yeah, keep him running. Keep him running. Cody, I'm scared to ask who you got, but Cody, who do you got?
So I'm going to go with the guy we just mentioned earlier. We're down 21-3 at the end of the half, and you're walking into halftime smiling and laughing and joking it up, coming out the field. And this is stemming from even the last game where you played terrible, and you come into this game, you're still playing terrible. You're hurt out there. You're not going into the medical tent at all. You're not going to coaches. I know coaches are saying you're hurt. I wonder if the coaches even asked him, hey, are you hurt? No, he kept himself in the game, and we were all screaming, put Max Brosmer in, put Max Brosmer in. And I just find it funny. Hey, dude, you're hurt going into halftime, yet you're just smiling and joking, and you are affecting this team's offense, and it's straight trash garbage because you are hurt. My running laps is going to Carson Wentz. You got to know, I get it. You're a football player. You're a journeyman. You want to try to keep a starting job. You want to audition for you to help somewhere else. right? It ain't going to happen when you're hurt, my guy. You're only damaging yourself, and now you're sitting out a whole year in IR. My running lag goes to Carson Wentz. The laughing at the end of the first half was pathetic, knowing you were hurt, knowing you're down 21-3. How much can this team over with by just standing out there and throwing duck balls because my shoulder or my other arm hurts so bad and I'm getting smashed into the ground? My running laps is Carson Wentz.
Oh man, that's rough. But I totally get it. So, like you said, Carson Wentz, he'll be out for the season having shoulder surgery. It came out, what was it, on Monday, that he has a dislocated left shoulder with a torn labrum and a fractured socket. And he was playing that way in the Eagles game and in the Chargers game. Are you kidding me? Like, we knew it was bad when he had the brace on. Like, okay, something's not right, but obviously he could play through it. But man, did you take a closer look? That thing was gigantic. Like, even if he's not in pain, like, that's restricting him. Like, it's not a thrown arm, but it's still restricting part of his body on top of the injury itself. And every time he came off the field, he was wincing. He was crying. Like, at some point, I think KOC's got to save the man from himself and save this football team, because there's no way that KOC thought leaving him out there was good for Wentz or was good for this football team. Okay, he got beat up. He took 5 sacks in pain, crying on the sideline. And it's been a while since I've seen a quarterback get sacked, and I'm like, just stay down, man. Just stay down. This was one of those times I was saying, just stay down, man. So knowing what we know now about Wentz's injury and how bad it actually was, and on top of how bad he was playing and hurting this team, what do you guys think about KOC not stepping up and pulling him, not saying, hey, I know you want to play, but I got to make a move? Go ahead, Cody.
I'm going to go start off with KOC. He's been the most passive coach I have ever witnessed on the Minnesota Vikings. It started stemming from when he said, hey, we're going to take accountability for these fumbles, right? We were fumbling a lot with Dalvin Cook and all these things. And what did he do? He started Dalvin Cook the very next game, right? I thought he turned a page this year when he benched Jordan Addison for missing a walkthrough. I was like, oh, this is a mad KOC a little bit. We're losing some games here that we shouldn't be losing. You're suspending your guys for a quarter. You're finally doing something. No. He has no control over the locker room of the Minnesota Vikings. He has no control over the Vikings. As a coach, I would be mad watching Josh Metellus get an intercepted tip ball and celebrate in the end zone you're down 3 scores. I would be livid as a head coach. Now he's all smiles. Game's over. Go have fun now, guys. No, that's not what a head coach is supposed to be. All right, you got to be a general out there and act like one.
So we know Fish, where Fish stands on this pretty well. He wants his ass fired for that, basically. But what about you, Shaq? Do you think KOC should have done something, or maybe even team doctors?
So I say this. I don't know if Robbie's in here, but I know that's something he wanted to see. That old school football, play with a broken arm, shoulder, and still go out there no matter what. But I feel like it comes down to the point, even if Carson Wentz was playing and he wanted to be out there, I'm fine with that. But when it comes to the detriment of winning the game, that's when KOC said, look, he should have said, look, I like that you want to be out there, but you're not helping us win. And it's like, at the end of the day, my job is to win football games. Your job is to win football games, and we're not doing that right now. So we would have to sit him down, and he should have put Brosman in. And by putting Brosman in, I would have loved for that to happen so all the Minnesota fans could shut up about him being the next great quarterback and him having J.J. McCarthy scared.
I mean, putting Brosman in, I'm not worried at that point, especially, Wentz, you did it the first half. You gave us a chance that this game's pretty much over. It can't get much worse than it's going right now. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put in this UDFA, rookie quarterback, and we're just going to run the ball, do a couple, maybe do some quick passes like we should always be doing, but we're not. But there was just no reason to keep him in. I thought for sure, like, every time he came off the field, I was watching the sideline, like, is he going to go to the blue tent? And Brosman had his helmet on the whole game. Like, he stretching, he was running on the sideline. Like, Brosman wanted to go in. And you see Wentz, he just, like, walking on the sideline. And, yes, from way up there, I could see all this, by the way. So I don't know, man. What do you think, Fish? Should he have been pulled by KOC?
How big of an indictment on Max Brosmer is it that gimpy, half-dead Carson Wentz was allowed to go back out there and finish this game?
I asked that.
I mean,
So
if KOC is a competent coach, which for the most part I think we do, we're just mad at him right now, right?
Yeah.
And Max Brosmer was anywhere near able to operate this offense, in KOC's opinion, I think it's malpractice on somebody's part that Wentz was allowed to go out there. I never want to hear an abundance of caution again. I never want to hear any of that we're going to be careful with our players shit again. We put Carson Wentz out there for over 2 games with a busted shoulder because we wanted to win. We thought he could make us win more than Max Brosmer. So here's the thing. If a player's coming back from an injury, I don't want to hear nothing about them being kept off the field for 2 more weeks out of caution. We need a W. I go back to that Rams game last year, and I think about how we held TJ Hawkinson off of coming back from that injury, which hindsight being 2020, he probably wouldn't have helped us much. But then Sean McVay brought Puka back early because he needed a W, and he got it because Puka ran wild on us. And I just don't want to hear nothing more about it. JJ needs to start this Sunday. We don't need to hear any more caution. We need to put Andrew Van Ginkel back down. If he's going to get 2 sacks off of how many snaps? 8 snaps?
8.
Mm-hmm.
Better not just see him out there for 8 snaps. Better put him out there to win the damn game. Deal with the consequences later.
What do you think about him saying basically that he didn't put Brosmer out there because he didn't want to subject Brosmer to the kind of treatment that was going on out there? Basically saying he doesn't want to put him out there because the offensive line is not doing good and he'll take a beating. So
Brosmer's
basically he said,
man.
Basically he's saying I'm sacrificing Carson Wentz.
Well, I mean, there is some merit to that because Carson Wentz is not a Viking now. He was a sacrificial lamb. He was given his opportunity to make something of it. Hey, if you do well next year, whatever, we're going to use you. You're going to use us. And then Carson Wentz just got crucified. He got put on the cross and sacrificed.
Then why would you put subject JJ McCarthy out to the Atlanta Falcons game where he actually got crucified on the field? You seen that fumble? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? That is nonsense from him. Complete nonsense.
Who was he supposed to put out there?
Carson Wentz. He's gonna be the sacrificial lamb. He was on the sideline behind KOC the whole time. Hey, I'm ready to go, coach. I'm out here throwing passes and warm up. That is a bullshit line from KOC. I don't care. After watching the Atlanta game live and watching the pure aggressive and savagery that JJ McCarthy got put through, that is bullcrap.
Maybe he actually believed that our offensive line would be good because, they didn't play preseason like that. They only had like 1 drive. So, he was like, yeah, we're good.
Well, hold on, Shaq. Our new guard was on his ass twice during that preseason once. And I didn't say much about it, but he was.
It's crazy.
So, do you think the Vikings go out there and make a substantial move at quarterback, or does KOC go ahead these next 10 games and roll these 2 quarterbacks that he was scared to put out there with our offensive line, which the offensive line is not going to change much?
Go get a guy that's used to being sacked a lot. Go get Russell Wilson.
Oh,
no.
Hey, make him.
Do you really want that, Cody?
He's been sacked a lot. He knows how to take a sack without getting kind of hurt, and put him in the backup role, JJ McCarthy, in case JJ McCarthy becomes a sacrifice.
Go through the Rolodex of quarterbacks who can take the best sack and get up.
But seriously, do you guys think that we go out and make a move? And I'm not talking about this John Wolford that we got for the practice squad. Do you think they actually go out there and get a substantial quarterback, or do you think it's JJ ride or die and Max Brosmer is the quarterback too?
I think we sticking with the quarterbacks we have. Mm-hmm. I think the Wolford guy was just assigned to help JJ McCarthy get better at being a quarterback. So now he got KOC telling him what to do, Josh McCown telling him what to do, Walford telling him what to do, because they all know the playbook and they all know that scheme. So it's all riding on if JJ McCarthy can't get it done, then the season's over. There's no quarterback we could trade for that's going to save this season.
I think that was mentioned during the offseason.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Team fails because of JJ McCarthy if he can't get it done.
So, hey, you know what else was mentioned during the offseason? If
what?
Ryan Kelly goes down, this whole thing's over.
It was.
Did you actually say that? I mean, I know you had a lot of stock in him going down. I remember that declaration, but I believe it. I believe you said it.
It was because we was one player away. We was like, well, who's the backup to Ryan Kelly? Jurgens? Oh, okay.
I could have told you about that, man. I guess.
Yeah, Hartman left whatever school because of him.
Wake Forest. Oh, man.
So, in a way, I think this Carson Wentz injury is actually a good thing for JJ McCarthy, as sad as that sounds, because now you don't have that temptation to go back to Carson Wentz if JJ struggles a little bit. Now it's all about developing JJ. There is no backup or contingency plan. He struggles, too bad. Get back out there. And that's the way it should be for a young quarterback in his first year. He's got to get his lumps. He's got to go through the ups and the downs. He's got to learn. He's going to see things he's never seen before. He's got to be allowed to make mistakes and not have to worry about, oh, man, coach is going to bring Wentz in. So, in a way, it's kind of a good thing for JJ. You guys agree?
Yeah, 100%. Because I think you as a coach, Kevin O'Connell, can teach him and show him, hey, you did this thing bad, but we're going to work and fix on it. I mean, you know his strengths already, all right? Now build off his weaknesses, right? So, yeah, it's perfect for JJ McCarthy, and it's perfect for KOC as a head coach, finally getting a no-crap first-round rookie quarterback that he can finally mentor. Now he's forced to put him in there.
Quick impression for you, JJ McCarthy. Hey, Coach, I feel a little twinge in my neck. I don't know what's going on here. KOC, if he's worth anything of a shit. Carson Wentz went out there and played 2.5 games with a busted shoulder. Get back out there.
And he came to practice in the snow with no shoes on.
Uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways. So with it being JJ time again, does that stir up any kind of emotion with you guys? Is there any kind of excitement? Do you get a little bit of a spark back after that deflating loss, or is it kind of like,
As long as it's not what we seen in person.
Can't promise that. Can't promise that.
It's not what we've seen in person. I'll take anything besides what we've seen in person. I just want him to, get better, because building on the end of the Chicago Bears game. And I know that's not all his fault, because, he was getting hit, and it's kind of hard for even a veteran quarterback who's constantly dealing with pressure to even get started. That's the number one way to take a quarterback out the game. Like, if you see, I know people hate me for bringing this up, but if you see how Mahomes lost both Super Bowls, he never got settled in the pocket. It was constant pressure. So imagine what it's doing to a young quarterback who's trying to learn the NFL. If he doesn't feel comfortable, he's not going to have a good game. So KOC, it's up to you to get JJ McCarthy comfortable against the Detroit Lions. That's all I got to say.
I'm not going to lie. It gives me a little spark. After that Chargers game, I'm definitely down on this team, like I said, and I still am. But knowing that we're going to get to see JJ McCarthy, that kind of like, okay, I'm listening. Like, you're slowly reeling me back in. It's exciting. And so I'm happy for that. But I have different expectations of seeing JJ McCarthy than I had in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not just his fault. It's his team's fault as well, because we came into this season thinking we just need a quarterback to be competent. We got the team built. Like, this is a good team, ready to go, ready to win. And that's just not the case. It's not that. Like, we thought, just get in this car and drive it, JJ. No, JJ, you need to come in here and you need to do your own oil changes. And you might need to change the engine and pump your own tires. Like, this car is not ready to go. You got to do more than I expected you to have to do. So now it's just like, can you show improvement every week?
And that's
all I hope to see at this point.
And that's a fair say. My spark, not for the playoffs, that's gone. That's long gone. But the spark to watch a young quarterback develop as the season goes along, watch a young quarterback take his lumps, like we said earlier, watch him struggle in some hearing games, and then pick apart those struggles, as you're watching as a fan on the all 22. Like, oh, he needs to get in that, and then criticize him and critique him, not in a bad way, saying, oh, it's because he's garbage, but it's to say because he's growing. This is a young quarterback. This is here for the long haul. We're talking about 4 more years for this guy. 4 more years for this guy. And I hope we have him for 10 more years if after that 4th year he starts out to be pretty good. So I'm happy just to watch JJ McCarthy. That's where my spark lies.
Why does JJ get so much hate from this fan base? Is it just because he came from Michigan? Is it because of the injuries? Or is it because what we saw in the 2 games that he played? What do you think, Shaq?
He gets so much hate from the fan base because our fan base wants to win a Super Bowl. And I guess a lot of us are just tired of waiting. And it's like what we dealt with last year with Sam Darnold, we was like, oh, okay, if JJ McCarthy could just be better than Sam Darnold, who we figured was just a bust, he got lucky with our coaching staff, then maybe we should be doing better. So it's not a fault to JJ McCarthy. He just came to a situation where the pressure was unreasonable for a young quarterback to come into, especially coming off a season-ending injury from meniscus tear. So the reason the fans hate him is because we had higher expectations than we should have for a young quarterback coming off an injury.
Where do you stand in this, Fish?
It's the reason why my thing says the season starts now. I'm back to week 1. Let's see what we've got. Let's not forget,
season.
week 2, we watched the offensive line get brutalized, absolutely murdered. It was not necessarily, I hate to sound like a Kirk apologist, but we saw that man get the ball and immediate pressure in his face. No quarterback in the history of the NFL can do anything about that. Doesn't matter how mobile you are. And yet we still saw ourselves at a point in that game where we were within striking distance to win it. And then, of course, he threw a pick. I'm ready to see if J.J. McCarthy can now play something close to that 4th quarter football on a consistent basis. And until he demonstrates that he cannot do that, I will remain optimistic about our franchise quarterback leading us to the Super Bowl this year. Skol, baby.
Talking Super Bowl. So with that being said, what kind of expectations should we have for JJ McCarthy this week?
So I got a nice little Cody's calls it for this one. And it's not a big call where it's going to blow everyone's mind. It's just something very, very small. It's something that I want to see JJ McCarthy do. And I want him to play more than 1 quarter of good football. Right? That is going to be my calls it. We saw 1 quarter in week 1, and that was the very last quarter. I just want to see more than 1 quarter of good football from our young quarterback. He's going to take his lumps. The lumps are going to be in this game, right? But I still want 2 solid quarters from our young quarterback, JJ McCarthy.
I could buy that.
I buy it.
What about you, Shaq? Do you think JJ McCarthy is going to show us more than 1 good quarter of football?
Have we stooped this low?
It feels pretty low.
So are we talking about for the Detroit Lions game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, against that inept team, Shaq. Yes, he's playing that inept team.
A very, very good team.
I feel like he'll show us a complete game. So I'm buying. He's going to show us a complete game. 4 quarters worth of good quarterback play. I ain't saying I ain't gonna guarantee that we win, but I feel like he's gonna do good enough to be like, okay, we can start believing in him as a franchise quarterback again. For those who don't believe in him,
hey, if he plays 4 quarters, good football, and we lose the game, I'm still happy with it because I watched development from our young quarterback. If you ain't happy with our young quarterback's development, he puts up some good numbers, doesn't be stupid with the football, it's just our defense can't stop anything on their offense, then I don't think you're a real good Vikings fan. I'm sorry, it is what it is.
Don't let us win because Cody gonna go off.
Oh.
It's gonna be a complete 180.
No, if he does win, hey, more power to you. You won a game, kid.
I mean, complete 180.
I won't put too much weight in it because it's just the Lions.
Fish, you're gonna take that all the way to like 14-3, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, their schedule looked tough in the beginning of the season, but if you really go back and look at what those teams actually were,
I mean, they lost to the Packers, so they can't be that hard to beat.
and the Packers lost to the Browns.
They played two decent teams that were relatively healthy and got beat bad by both of them. 13 points. They're not that good. They just run up the score on really bad teams.
Oh, God, please don't let that happen to us. Then we're a really bad team if that happens.
So another topic that's been kind of coming up in circles. What if the Super Bowl ends up Daniel Jones versus Sam Darnold? Would that make you feel any type of way? Or would you think, oh, that's cool? Like, what if that ends up being the Super Bowl for real? Because, I mean, right now, that's not out of the question.
Quessy got to go, man. Quessy got to go. Yeah, you should have done everything in your power to sign those people if that happens. And I get it. You gave Daniel Jones more money, right? But Daniel Jones didn't want to play here because he knew he wasn't going to be the starter because of J.J. McCarthy. Quessy got to go. Your draft picks aren't hitting. The quarterbacks you aren't even keeping that were good 14 wins later, you got to go.
I don't think he's the only one that has to go in that scenario.
Oh, yeah. Then KOC is pretty much the hot seat. I gave him until game
Daniel
3.
Jones versus Aaron Rodgers in the AFC Championship.
Or wait a minute. Indy versus the Chargers in the AFC Championship.
Either way, right? Because the coach, right, Fish? I know where you're going with that.
And
I don't know, man. I could see at least one of those teams going to the Super Bowl, but if they both go, I mean, it's definitely a hindsight thing. It's definitely a hindsight thing because I did agree with the move at first to not bring those guys back under the circumstances that they weren't going to come back for just a 1-year deal. I thought Daniel Jones would have, to be honest, but when he got offered the Colts and he's like, oh, well, I could start there. I could see why he took it. But what if we ended up signing Daniel Jones? Like, oh, we just gave him 2 years, $60 million. Like, what would you guys have felt at that point?
Awful.
It probably would have been fire KOC or Quasi.
So the thing is, though, I feel like with Daniel Jones, we wouldn't have got the Colts Daniel Jones because we're not blocking or running the ball like the Colts. We would have got the Giants Daniel Jones.
Huh? That's fair. That makes me feel a lot better, Shaq. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I'm just saying, the way we've been playing, I don't think we would have been 7-1 like the Colts are right now. We probably had a better record. We probably, maybe won one more game than we should have, but Daniel Jones would have been bad for us.
Yeah, and so a big part to JJ being successful is going to be the offensive line, and he should have Christian Darrisaw, which is something he didn't have the first 2 weeks. But I don't even know anymore with Darrisaw. He seems to be taking himself out of games. He's no Carson Wentz. I'll tell you that much. It seems like I don't know if it's still the knee or maybe it's mental, but he's been taking himself out of games. And on Thursday, he only played 9 snaps, and on those 9 snaps, I saw him get beat twice on 6 dropbacks. So I am a little worried about him. I am concerned about him. He got asked about it and said, hey, I was supposed to be out a year. I came back sooner than projected, and I've played in more games than anybody thought I would to this point. Are you guys satisfied with that, or do you feel like he should have sat out until he was ready to come back 100%?
Out of an abundance of caution. Nah, look, dude, if he's still feeling it, but he's trying to go out there and play, I'm good with it.
But see, what makes it seem funky to me is KOC like not coming out and saying that. Like, oh, his knees, bugging him. He's like, I don't want to get into what's going on with Christian Darrisaw. Like, those weren't his exact words, but it was something like that when he was asked about it. Like, he didn't want to talk about it. Like, damn, is it not his knee? Is there something else going on?
Well, the league is very strict about how you handle your injury reports. So if there is actually something going on with Darrisaw that they didn't reflect in the injury report, of course he doesn't want to say it.
That's a great point, actually. I hope that he's feeling better, and I hope he does play on Sunday, and I hope he plays the whole game, because that's the biggest thing that JJ McCarthy was missing, was that left tackle. His all-pro that's never been an all-pro. He's never even been a Pro Bowler. But he plays like one. All right. So, week 8, power rankings. ESPN's got us at 21, which last week we were at 22. They moved us up a spot after that game. I want to know what they're smoking.
Don't trust ESPN.
I hate power rankings too.
A team got beat worse than us, so it's like, well,
apparently more than one, Shaq.
They're like, we feel bad for Wentz. Yahoo's got us at 22, which is down 1. NFL.com's got us at 23, down 1. Pro Football Talk's got us at 21, down 1. I did not expect us to be here. Playoffstatus.com is giving us an 18% chance to make the playoffs, a 2% chance at winning the division. FanDuel has us plus 730 to make the playoffs. Only 8 teams with worse odds than us. They're minus 1,300 to miss the playoffs. You want to lay any money down, Cody?
No. Not even a dime.
Not even with those odds?
Not even with those odds. I'm lose money. I ain't trying to happen. I'm not even getting paid. Government shutdown and all.
So minus 1,300, Cody. If I put 100 on the Vikings to make the playoffs, I get $1,300? Is that how that works?
Yeah. You put $100 down, you get $1,300.
If they make it?
If they
minus 1,300 to miss.
You win. If you put $100 down, you win $13 or $130.
Oh, that's to miss. So it's not necessarily. Oh no, I want to bet that 1,300 that they're going to make it.
You put $100 down on the plus 730. You win 730. Yeah.
All right. Fuck. I mean, Shaq, you say you got to go on 10-0. You might want to put this $100 down.
Yeah, I could.
Quick $700. Drop in the bucket.
I'm mad last year because I was trying to bet on KOC to become coach of the year, but they didn't have it on FanDuel until like middle of the season. I wanted to do it from the start of the season.
I saw a poll on Reddit that asked, will the Vikings make the playoffs? And this was in a Viking sub. And there was 221 votes. 189 said no. 32 said yes. So 86% of the fans do not think the Vikings are going to make the playoffs. This fan base is down right now because we normally got some purple Kool-Aid drinking homers. And I don't know if it's just that Thursday game that broke us or what. But right now, this fan base is broken. But for good reason. For good reason, though. I'm not saying that we're wrong.
Look on all these the Minnesota Vikings and Ticketmaster. Look up ticket sales, and there's hundreds of reseller tickets on there now. It's ridiculous, especially for the Christmas game.
What, are yours on there?
Mine are on there right now. You can go get them for $355 a pop.
So in other words, you're going to the game.
No, yeah. No, they're just going to be sitting. I can't move.
Some other stuff that I've been hearing chatter about from the fan base is Justin Jefferson, who is under contract for 3 more seasons after this year, saying there's been some mumblings that Justin Jefferson's getting frustrated behind the scenes. Of course, he hasn't showed it. That's kind of not his MO, but fans are starting to get concerned that Justin Jefferson's prime is being wasted, and he might soon start, trying to force his way out of here if there's not a quick improvement. Do you guys buy this? Do you have any concern that Justin Jefferson could become a malcontent and try to force his way out? Did you see that at all?
For him?
Fish is the malcontent here.
What can we get? Wait. No, don't tease me. What can we get for him? Because if so, I'm going to start sending him some hate mail.
Don't do that. We already have problems with that.
Depends on how much of his contract you want to take on, Fish. That's how much you'll get for him.
Okay, so right now what we can get for him is moot because our general manager can't draft. So how I feel about that will determine on whether or not we still have Kwesi.
Would you spend $30 million of his next year's cap hit out of the 36 for a first round pick?
Who's my general manager?
It's Kwesi.
No.
Well, the question wasn't what can we get for him. It's do you think JJ will try to force his way out of here if we end up having like a 4 or 5 win season and JJ McCarthy doesn't look like the guy? Is that in Justin Jefferson's DNA?
No, I don't think it is. I think in more of Justin Jefferson's DNA is he will probably be the one that picks the quarterback during the offseason, who he wants throwing to him and to Jordan Addison and all the other weapons on it. That's if McCarthy is bad. If McCarthy shows signs of development and being a somewhat capable quarterback in his first year actually starting, and then he develops beyond that, he's going to be content with that because he's still getting paid big dollars, right? He's still going to be content with that. Hey, this guy's progressing still, and I'm still getting the football. But if Jay McCarthy is bad and it's not good, he's not worth that first round pick. Yeah, I think he goes in the offseason and asks and says, hey, this is the quarterback I want throwing to me. But I don't think he leaves.
I disagree. I absolutely think he leaves in that situation. I don't think he gets involved in the scouting of a quarterback. I think it's generational. I think it's position related. Wide receivers are inherently divas. And yes, he does a great job of hiding it. And he's a nice kid and all that stuff. But if it all goes south and he thinks, I could go somewhere else, I need a ring. I've got the money. I need a ring. He can make that decision earlier if he thinks that Minnesota doesn't stand a chance of giving to him. I don't see him getting that involved. Ain't going to happen. And besides that, I don't believe one iota that any player, short of a potential Hall of Fame quarterback, has any weighted say in what kind of person they're going to draft or select or get for a free agent.
I wonder if Jefferson had any say on JJ McCarthy.
Absolutely not.
Thought that was.
What about you, Shaq? Do you think that you can see JJ pushing his way out of here, or you think he's just gonna go down with the ship? If the ship goes down, I'm not saying it's going down. I'm saying.
I would like for him to, selfishly, I would like for him to go down with the ship because it wouldn't be his fault. This franchise has never won a Super Bowl. It would just be another Hall of Famer added to the list of Hall of Famers the Vikings had who wasted their careers because, the Vikings just don't want to do what it takes to build a team. They don't want to do the dirty work that the Chiefs be doing and then find out years later, oh, this player had mental problems or this and that. At the end of the day, we don't really pay attention to that because all they're going to talk about is the rings. So what it boils down to is Minnesota got to step up. So if they want to keep JJ McCarthy, if they want to keep JJ McCarthy, if they want to keep Justin Jefferson, if they want to keep asking all these players happy, who's actually going to contribute to winning the Super Bowl ring, we got to find other players. We got to stop depending on 3-4 players to get us wins. We got to have a better team. And we can't get mad at these players for being mad because, Justin Jefferson, his pockets depend on the quarterback. if the quarterback's not playing good, then he's not going to get paid. And then he already got the stats, but he's trying to become one of the best receivers ever. And then the quarterback's not going to do good if the offensive line can't do good.
I hear you for like a typical guy, but JJ's going to get paid. Like he's already established, and he is getting paid. So I do have a problem if he starts, barking. Maybe in the final season, like he starts saying something like, trade me. I'm not going to sign here anyways. But if he starts, doing it in this offseason when he's already signed for 3 more years, I would have a problem with that. But I don't see him doing that. I really don't. Like he might have some frustrations, but I don't see him trying to force his way out of here. But that is a narrative going around Vikings fandom right now. Exactly. We need more crazy, less kumbaya. Apparently the kumbaya has been selling, George. Apparently KOC hasn't been the happy-go-lucky guy that he's been, and it's kind of been shown in the locker room, it says.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need maybe a little bit more of a fear-based organization to get these guys to perform.
I think that's the.
I mean, Fish, that's the next move, right? You just go back, and then the next time you go back, and then you just keep going back like it's a cycle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Zimmer could still do it.
Watching him defensively coach the Cowboys last year was a disaster.
That was a disaster, man. I was worried that he might actually be good and he might end up taking the head coaching job, and like that would suck. Like, yeah, no, that defense was atrocious. So let's look at the NFC North this week. I don't think we're gonna get much help. We're 3-4. We're gonna have to help ourselves and get a win against the Lions, or else we're gonna fall really far behind the standings. You got the Packers who are playing the Panthers at Lambeau, and the Bears go to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. That's a little coin flippy, but I'm probably gonna take the Bears in that game in my pick'em. And then you got us playing the Lions in Detroit. This is not a good weekend to need help.
Which Panthers team's going to show up?
Right. They have shown flashes, but it's Andy Dalton, right? So probably not the good.
Oh,
probably not the good Panthers.
The quarterback.
Good Panthers.
5-1 now. Damn, Doyers. I thought the Dodgers are gonna sweep this thing. Whoops. So sorry to get away from the topic at hand. Bears and Bengals. Can Joe Flacco do it again? Can he beat the Bears?
I mean,
Where are they playing?
That's in Cincinnati.
Then did the Bears get embarrassed last Sunday?
Embarrassed.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know that I called embarrassed. They lost.
I think Caleb Williams played a poor game, and I think especially that last throw he threw. Ben Johnson's quite upset over it. I just don't know how that's going to affect him in the next week, especially against a high-octane offense that is what the Bengals are when they start throwing the ball and when Chase Brown starts running well.
So you think the Bengals are going to win?
I think the Bengals are going to win. It's going to put them back on track for when Joe Burrow comes back and their offense starts really picking up. It's what the Bengals do. They're always like super slow to start off. And about 3 quarters into the year, they just explode. And they desperately need a win. Their backs against the corners. They're waiting on Joe Burrow. I think they come out as a hungry and a fighting team, and they beat the Bears. I think they beat the Bears handily by 10 points.
That'd be a little bit of help. It'd help us get out of the damn cellar if we could beat the Lions. Which, that's what we got next. Oh, Skol Shack has left the building.
Oh, he's back in the building.
No, he's back now. Damn, he's like Flash.
Yeah.
So the Detroit Lions are coming off their bye. They sit at 5-2. This is America's game of the week on Fox, meaning we're getting their top cast with Tom Brady. So it's not a primetime game, but it's kind of like a primetime game because it's going to be what's on most people's TV. JJ McCarthy can't just get a normal lame duck game. Like, they all got to be prime timers. I would like to see him just get a regular game, not have so many lights on him. But he is going back to Michigan, and I don't think he's ever lost in Michigan. So, right?
Yeah,
The Vikings lead the all-time series 80-45. That doesn't really seem to matter because the Lions have won the last 5 meetings. Last time the Vikings won was back in September 5th of 2022. The Lions, last I saw, were favored by 8.5.
I would take that one. I would definitely take the plus 8.5 on this game.
You'll take the 8.5. So you think the Vikings keep it close?
I think the Vikings keep it close, or they if they miraculously squeeze out a win.
So I thought we were gonna get negative, Cody, all night.
No, there's some life still in here.
That's a little optimistic.
There's some life in there. Jay McCarthy's coming back. It's going to be enjoyable just to watch him play.
What's your gut feeling like, Shaq?
I feel like it's gonna be a close game. I feel like the Vikings are able to pull it off. JJ McCarthy gives the Vikings fans hope that we don't have to draft another quarterback. So that's my gut feeling.
Well, let's go ahead and start scoring with the enemy and see how the Lions are feeling about this game. We got Jacob from the Talking Grit podcast.
What up?
What's up, guys?
What's up? And we got Nuke from Shaq's Buddy List.
Looks like we got a late entry.
We got a late entry. We got Jason, also from the Talking Grit podcast.
Coming to us straight from the stadium.
It's right. It's right. It's quiet in here.
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Good.
Real good.
So we'll start with you, Jacob. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your background as a Lions fan and a little bit about your podcast?
So we're doing the podcast thing for a little over a year now. We just started last year. Me and Jason work together. We used to work together. Jason is now switched to remote. He thinks he's a full-time influencer, so he went the remote route, and he's a full-time YouTuber and everything now. No, we work together, so we talk Lions at work all the time. So it was like, you know what, we might as well start the podcast up, talk about it a little more. I mean, been a fan forever, so it's just only felt right. Talk football all the time. So, I mean, we've been having a good time with it. Like I said, we're a year into it right now. So it's a good time to be a Lions fan.
Did you say you're in Detroit?
So I am south of Detroit. I'm closer to like Ohio. I'm in between Detroit and Ohio.
Okay. And Jason, what about you? What's your background as a Lions fan?
Oh, Lions fan for as long as I can remember. Went through a lot of tough times. Much like you Vikings fans have went through your fair share of tough times, right? And I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit. But fan since the Barry Sanders years. Like Jacob said, we worked together and just always talking about Lions, bugging all our coworkers. And we thought, well, might as well bug as many people as possible talking about the Lions. So we just started to do a podcast, get on YouTube, and it's been a fun ride since. Get to meet fellas like you and talk football. Not much better than that.
I agree. And Nuke, what's up, man? What's your background as a Lions fan?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Thanks for having me back. Got to be here last year for at least one of the games. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I've just been a Lions fan my whole life, man. I'm out here in Arizona, so I don't really root for the Cardinals. I actually go watch them lose. That's pretty fun. But other than that, man, just like I said, my whole life feels good to watch them like be consistent and like have good coaches and GMs and shit to put us in position to actually win things.
Fish will tell you don't get comfortable with that, right, Fish? Because like, where are they at on the chart?
All right, first things first, fellas. Let me apologize ahead of time. When it comes to talking to guys like you, where we can have a conversation about football, it's a good thing. But last year we had some keyboard warriors come at us, and I developed a special relationship with them. where there was a lot of trash talking go back and forth. To a man at the beginning of the season last year, everybody on our panel was like, we're happy for the Lions fans that have gone through it. They finally have something they can be proud of. You know, we're not exactly wanting them to beat us, but we're glad that they can. And then TikTok happened. And so if you hear me go off, I've got a group of people that I just love with all my heart. So let me give you how I feel about the Lions right now. Just to you guys still have a great roster. It's going to keep you competitive, but I feel like the brain drain is going to catch up with you. Your interior offensive line's holding up okay, but it's still, I mean, you can't replace an all-pro center, excuse me. Do I think that you guys are still going to be dangerous? Yes, but you're going to have a fall off this year. Still going to be good, still going to be dangerous, but you're going to have a fall off. That's just the way I see it. It's kind of, I'm not saying you're going to suck. I'm just saying because your roster's just that damn good. It's going to keep you in everything.
It's $1 billion in 18 months good.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Wagyu steak right there, baby.
You guys heard about that? You guys spent $1 billion in the past 18 months on your players. You guys hear about that number?
Well, we're aware, but I think it's a blessing that you draft that well, that you keep those players and you want to extend them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. See, we're not doing so well, so we don't have to play our players. We draft busts so we can keep more money.
We feel more like investing in the 30+ crowd. You know, we like them people with gray in their hair.
Crazy,
You're
like
trading all your picks away.
Well, we can't do anything with them, so we might as well. But so, Jacob, what is your personal view on the Vikings as a team and a fan base? I always like to hear from other people. Like, are we the hated ones, or we're the ones that you don't worry about? Like, what is your personal view on the Vikings?
I actually kind of like the Vikings. You know, we kind of we have a common enemy in the Packers, so you know, there's that. I like the Vikings. Obviously, I want to beat you guys every single time, but
Right.
you know, last year was kind of a cool year to have, you know, both of us doing really well, and it led up to some really good games. Obviously, that, you know, end of the season, huge matchup. So I don't have a whole lot of hate for the Vikings. I also am in Michigan, so when the Vikings drafted JJ McCarthy, that was like, it was hard for me to take. So I was like, man, I want this kid to do well, except for 2 games out of the year. Right. I want him to look really good, but those 2 games he needs to not look good. And then the injury and everything happened. So, and you guys have Josh Metellus. He's another Michigan man too. So we keep track of the Michigan guys. I don't have any hate really towards the Vikings. You know, it's just something, obviously, with the North. I want to beat you guys every single time we play you. And, you know, it doesn't hurt my feelings too bad to see you guys lose, but there's no hatred there. And for what Fish said earlier, you know, about the TikTok warriors and everything, those are the bandwagon fans. You can't let those guys get to you, because honestly, after the Packers lost week 1, half of them were ready to jump ship. And they were already, you know, the sky was falling and everything after week 1. So those are not the real fans.
It's not
the real fans
about getting to me, buddy. It's I love it. I love instigating them.
Yeah.
I will tell you what, buddy. After y'all lost last year in the playoffs, I was going back, like, far back into the comments, just commenting to these guys, wellness check, because I'm petty.
Nice.
I'm petty like that. But see, with you guys, yeah, you won't catch none of that with me. Not unless you all decide that you want some.
Yeah.
Fish is feeling frisky tonight. So, Jason and Nuke, you guys kind of agree with what Jacob says? You got the same view on the Vikings, or you got something different?
No, absolutely. I hate you guys. I don't hate you personally. I hate them all. I hate the whole NFC North equally, and I hate Michigan as well. So I absolutely
All right.
do not like JJ McCarthy. I love Aiden Hutchinson, but yeah, Michigan can pound sand. The rest of the NFC North can pound sand. Everybody can get it.
I think Jacob last year we kind of, or maybe over the summer or something, when we're filling time, we rated like who we hate in the NFC North, and the Vikings always fall at the bottom of my list as far as like who I hate the least out of the division. I think part of it is because as a Lions fan, except for these last few years, we haven't had much to be happy about. It's always been, missing playoffs and all that. And I know that you guys have had Minnesota has had some successful seasons, but it always seems to end in tragedy. Like, you
Right.
go 15-1, back when we played 16 games and then, get bounced in the playoffs. And I always wonder what's worse. Like for us, like Nuke, we didn't have anything to cheer for a long time, right? We had Barry Sanders, we had great players, but we never had winning seasons, right? So we never really had our hope build up. Whereas the Vikings fans had their hope build up constantly over years and then have the rug, dragged out from underneath them. So I feel a kinship with you guys in that thing that, we haven't got to the promised land and want to, get it all, but it feels like you've had a different sort of tragedy than us Lions fans.
Yeah, but you guys have had some heartbreak the last couple of years with very successful regular seasons, going to the NFC Championship, a game you should have won against the 49ers and didn't. I mean, that was very Viking-esque. And then, last year's great season for you guys, and then being one and done in the playoffs. So you guys have, dealt with some of the stuff that we have. So what's it like with the Lions fans right now? Like, is it riding high? Like, we're good, like we can go to the Super Bowl, or are you kind of waiting like for how are we going to mess it up this year?
If you're going with me, I'd say I'm still high, and I still think that we're going to do good. I think, like Fish said, the roster is really good. I'm not worried about brain drain. I am actually defensive-wise. I think Shep is exactly what we need as a defensive coordinator. He's done an amazing job with this, and I feel like even in games, I see him making changes, like rapid changes, whereas AG might had a good plan going in, but if it wasn't a great plan going in, we were in trouble. And it feels like Shep makes those changes. Offensively, we still have not hit our groove yet. We're not bad, but we just haven't hit our groove yet. So yeah, there's some stuff that, as Lions fans, we want to, we have good expectations, but there are a lot of Lions fans that are getting impatient too, and those are the fans that are reaching out to you, Fish.
Biggest issue, they're my people.
Yeah. My biggest issue with the Lions, not the Lions fan in general, just the Lions, is if a team that went 0-16 wins the Super Bowl for the Minnesota Vikings, that might be the biggest heartbreaking thing I ever felt as a fan.
You don't have to worry about the Browns, though. Like, just the Lions.
Like just watching that team just suffer and be so bad for so long, and then they get one before us, and we're over here like, well, we've been to 4, just can't do it. And then I don't know how I would take that. I would be a salty Minnesota Vikings fan, a jealous with envy Minnesota Vikings fan.
Jacob, how do you feel about Dan Campbell as your guys' head coach?
Oh, dude. Perfect hire. He's everything, fits right in with Detroit, right from the jump, right from the get-go. We knew that he had the right attitude. We weren't sure about the mindset and how like mentally smart he is. And that's something that I still don't feel around the league. People still kind of view him like he's just this big dumb jock, or that he's not, especially with the Ben Johnson stuff. Like Ben Johnson left, and then everybody's kind of worried about the new offensive coordinator. People didn't realize how much Dan Campbell had to do with the offense. And we're still performing at a high level, maybe not quite as high as we were last year, but I mean, especially the coaching staff that he's built around him with the former players, it just seems like he's doing everything the right way. I mean, he's absolutely 100% what we needed, and I hope he's around for a long time.
Me too.
Yeah, I like him. He's definitely different. He's a different breed, but I think you're right. Like, he's what that team needed, and I mean, it could end up wearing thin, but right now it's working.
I think he got, like I always say, the culture, man. The guys bought in. He finally got the guys. He got to hand pick his coordinators. I think that matters. I think, like you said, Kelvin Shepherd he got those guys out there looking scary. We had our whole secondary out, no matter for what reason, and they went up against some pretty notable receivers and a quarterback who's been playing lights out until that week and made him look like a joke. He made Baker Mayfield look like unconfident, didn't know what he was doing out there, frustrated. And I thought that was great. And we got a healthy defense this year. And I think that's one thing that really hurt Aaron Glenn last year, but also what made him great was that he had to use the pieces that he had and call the game a certain way because our lack of depth through the whole entire defense. So he can't call the certain blitzes and personnel packages when he's got guys from the parking lot, Jamal Adams coming in to play to just be a pass rusher. You know what I mean? But Kelvin Shepard's got a healthy defense. He knows ball. He's changing schemes mid-game in the middle of the game. And he's got Baker Mayfield out there damn near throwing his helmet on the sideline. Like,
Yeah, you guys got to him for sure.
so I thought that was like really big of them to do that. And I like John Morton. I like the way he calls the game and doesn't rely on big plays, but he's got trick plays and deception in there, but he's not relying on it how Ben Johnson does. Ben Johnson's like, oh, well, what was it, third down in the NFC Championship game, and he runs a fucking receiver or a reverse to J-Mo and makes him throw. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
The championship's on the line, and you're like,
Right.
you're taking interviews on the bye.
Every time I hear his name, your new office coordinator, I think about the receiver that you guys had, Johnny Morton. Like at first, I was like, what? He's an OC now?
Yeah. So I'm.
Oh, sorry.
They changing the the offensive line to where they need it and moving guys around as they see fit. And Tate Rutledge he's gonna be scary. Him next to Sewell, I don't think it's gonna be much you can do with, even with losing the guys we lost on the O line. I think they are gonna do a great job at developing the two guys they drafted, and everybody's already there, man. They're meshing well, especially from week one. The horrible Green Bay loss, like they looked terrible. The O line looked terrible, and they immediately fixed it. So I don't think there's anything anybody can do with us. We'll see Eagles week. I think Sunday's gonna be a blowout, like 21-point blowout.
You're right.
The Chargers had
Fish.
You thought that was a long night for the Vikings. I think you're gonna be really sad Sunday when you see Aiden Hutchinson, Reeder, and McNeil just get after that shit all game long.
Well, speaking on that, Jason, if you're speaking to some Viking fans that maybe haven't watched any Lions games this year, tell us, what is the Lions' absolute strength?
Their absolute strength is that they could play a lot of different ways and win. So whatever they need to do, they could. Their roster is so good that if they need to run the ball, they're going to be able to do that. If they just need to pass and abandon the run, they could do that. Defensively, there's a lot of different scheme stuff that we've done. The way that we've taken on rushing quarterbacks, we had an amazing plan for Lamar Jackson, bottled him up. Same plan was used for Baker Mayfield. We know JJ can run, so we're going to be able, we'll have a plan for all that. And so that's the thing that I think our biggest strength is that we don't play just one way. We play whatever way we need to win this game. And going back to Dan Campbell, it all starts with him. He has an awesome plan, puts it down to his coordinator, say, this is what we're going to do to win this game. And it's very complimentary. If we need to hold on to the ball, and that's what we try to do against the Chiefs, 10-minute drive up front, keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands. Did complete it on the touchdown. You could complain about the refs or however you want to do it. I don't want to get into that here, but it's just, he has a plan, and that's what I think it is. It's a lot of complimentary football and just, winning the whole game, as opposed to, this is the way we play football, and you have to adapt to us. They can win so many different ways.
Man, that must be nice. That sounds like awesome, because I don't feel that way about us. I mean, I do think we have some strengths and some ways to beat you, but I do think that we could be shut down. So that's kind of crazy. Jacob, on the flip side, what would you say is your weakness? Like, if the Vikings are going to win, like, what are they going to have to attack?
man, it's not a weakness because we have a great run defense, but I would say that if the Vikings are going to have success, they're going to have to try to find a way to run the football. And that's easier said than done against us. I don't see it happening, but that would be the biggest thing is just keeping it, keeping these third downs manageable. Because for whatever reason, we've been stopping people on first and second down. And then sometimes we're giving up those third down plays and allowing these drives to extend and maybe allowing teams to stick around a little longer, than they should have otherwise. So I think, a big core of this is going to be if the Vikings can run the ball or not. And I know that's kind of been an issue for you guys so far. So I'm not sure how well that's going to work out for you, but I think that would be what they need to happen.
So, Cody, how do you feel hearing that if we're going to win this game, we're going to have to run the ball?
And I'm happy to hear that because I've been screaming it for the past, since 2022, since we hired Kevin O'Connell. Run the fucking football. We watched it a couple weeks ago, 2nd and 1 in the red zone, and we threw the ball 3 straight times and didn't run it. And then last week we watched a 3rd and 1, and we didn't run the ball. We threw the ball with a broken up Carson Wentz. And run the football. I'm sick and tired of seeing 11 carries, 12 carries, 13 carries. I want to see 20 carries out of our running backs. And if it's got to be 10 for Mason and 10 for Jones, I'll be a happy man, especially with Christian Darrisaw coming back to shut down that left side of the field. Hopefully, he's playing the whole game this time with a full practice logged.
But that being said, Cody, yes, you want them to run the ball, and yes, that might be the way to beat them. Do you think they do it?
You know what? I'm going to change it up. Pass the fucking football. Yes, I think they're going to do it this time. Pass it all the way.
Because they're going to do it opposite of whatever you say.
Opposite of whatever I'm saying. Yeah, I honestly think the Vikings, KOC's in a corner right now. The team's in a corner. It's not looking very good. I think this is finally that Thursday night game was a wake-up call. Hey, I need to change my scheme a little bit. And to get onto the Lions, you need to run the football. You need to make the game ugly. The Lions like a good, ugly, beat-down game. So as long as we do that with them, I think we're going to keep it close, and that gives us our best chance of winning. If we start airing it out, game's over. Minnesota loses. I think we do run the ball this time just because we're against the wall.
And Shaq is now a Lions fan.
Oh, man.
Shaq went down to the Lions, Dan.
So watch out. Might be lunch.
You can have them.
So Shaq,
Oh, wow.
What do you think about Jason saying that their strength is their adaptability to do all kinds of different things? You think that's going to cause problems for us?
Let's be real. The Lions only have one strength, and that's hand the ball off. If they can't hand the ball off, then their whole offense go to shit. I get you guys seem like y'all can do whatever y'all want, but let's be real. If y'all run game is not doing nothing, Jared Goff is gonna struggle, and that offense is gonna struggle. It's been that way since y'all got David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. If they don't get going, the offense is not doing nothing. Y'all not going to be able to do all these trick plays and then throw the ball deep to Jameson Williams or dink and dunk to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Get pressure on Jared Goff. Stop that run game. And I ain't worried about the Lions offense. It's just we can't stop that run game.
All right, Nuke, you shaking your head over there. Go ahead. Respond.
That's a fraudulent statement. Yeah, you have to establish a run game, but we don't have to run the ball in order to be successful at passing. Not only can your DBs not match up with our receivers, but I don't think your front seven match up with even the new offensive line we have. The way they've arranged the line with Tate Rutledge next to Sewell, you're not going to probably get anywhere near them. Like, you're not going to touch Goff. So I don't really see. And if they do get J-Mo started, now they've had some miscommunication with him and trying to get him started. But those guys are out there blocking. They're blocking. Like, no, we don't have any crybabies on our team. They're down the field blocking, and they're springing runs. So it's like, I don't think y'all can stop the run. I don't really think anybody can absolutely shut our run game out. It might take some time to get started sometimes because that's football. You know, that's one coordinator versus the other coordinator, one coach versus another coach. But and as far as y'all running the ball, the way our linebackers and our front seven is playing, Derek Barnes is playing lights out. Jack Campbell's playing lights out. Angeloni's a great cover linebacker playing lights out. And I don't see how y'all stop McNeil, Reeder, and Aiden Hutchinson, how y'all even scheme to block 3 different guys. And then you got a guy, Muhammad, who's still, I think, in the top 10 sacks. And he was just the guy that was our third string pass rusher that got his chance, and he's drinking the Kool-Aid. He's playing like everybody else, next man up ball. So I don't see y'all stopping a pass.
I love
air
that
it out.
confidence.
They're very confident. They're very confident.
Hey, Shaq's onto something because when your running backs go below 4 yards a carry, you guys lose.
And that's fair. But how often? And when we both score, Gibbs and Montgomery were what, like 12-1 or 13.
But the question was,
That's the hard part.
he said if you guys can't run the ball, you guys can't do well.
Like it's before even Jared Goff got to the Lions. How did Jared Goff succeed? He was handing the ball off to Todd Gurley on the Rams, and that got him all the way to the Super Bowl. So I know how Jared Goff is. I was glad when y'all re-signed him because I was like, I know as long as Jared Goff is the quarterback of the Detroit Lions, they ain't never winning a Super Bowl. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, well, I got to say that is a crazy statement when you look at Jared Goff.
He's a great quarterback.
He's not the same quarterback that he was with the Rams. He is grown as a player. Is he elite? No, he's not elite. But you could definitely win with Jared Goff, and you don't have to have. There's games that we haven't been able to run the ball, and we've been fine. So I disagree with that. That's crazy to me. I mean, I know he's no Sam Darnold, but he's Jared Goff. So
it's like the Packers game when Gibbs and Montgomery averaged under 2 yards a carry.
Right. That game, as we said, our offensive line was crap in that game, and that's fine. I mean, that's one game. I'm fully confident that that Jared Goff. I would take Jared Goff. I was not confident when we traded for him. I thought he's going to be a bridge quarterback. He sold me over, and I've seen it. His confidence and what he does before the play and getting the Lions in the right play is elite. He's on another level there.
That Packers game, the offensive lines, literally, they're running different plays. Happened like 5 or 6 times or something. They ran plays different from each other. It was just
the Chiefs game
ugly.
Where you guys had 80 yards on 25 carries, I think it was.
The Chiefs game, we almost had 100 yards rushing, right?
That was you're sitting at 65 yards with 17 carries from Gibbs, averaging 3.8. And then 4 carries for 24 yards for Montgomery.
I would say most teams are like that, though. If you're not being able to run the ball, you're probably not going to win. I mean, that's a statistic you look up and down. I think you're going to see records of people that don't run the ball, they don't win the game. So, I mean, I don't think that's unique to the
what Shaq was saying is correct then.
Yeah, unless you're the Chiefs.
That's for every team, though. He's putting it all on. Jared Goff can't win without a running game. I'd say a majority of quarterbacks, if you don't have a reliable running game, you're not going to be as successful.
Sam Darnold was winning games without a run game that much last year.
He did say,
Shaq, you had me. You had me, Shaq. I was right there with you, Shaq. And then you had to go back to that bullshit.
So, Fish, you seem to be the most confident about this game. What is it that the Vikings do well that makes you think that we can go into Detroit and beat the Lions?
I think that trends are trends for a reason. So, to Shaq's point, there's nothing logically that would make me say, our run defense is going to stop your running attack, but trends are trends for a reason. And what you guys may not know about the Vikings is that we have alternated weeks where we have either given up a lot of rushing yards, and then the next week we have absolutely shut the players down. One of those teams was Philly. We absolutely shut down Saquon Barkley. So don't say we played crap teams and shut them down. we shut down Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts amazingly beat us in that game. Last week, we gave up a lot of rushing yards. Trends are trends, guys. If it was just a one-off, I would say, but there's a strong possibility that we're going to shut down your running game in this game, and we're going to beat you.
I disagree with Fish. You guys are going to run the shit out of us.
Okay.
I think that's a hot take developing for Fish.
Yeah.
That would be
Fish.
a prediction, Keith.
Were you confident last year in that last game that we had?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it killed it after the very first Rams meeting we had. I think we can see, oh, here's our pieces about to fall apart. Then we won some more games. And we played
Hell
you guys
nah.
again.
Hell nah. No.
Jacob,
We were
to answer
pretty
your
confident.
question, it's like
We were
this.
confident going into that Lions
one
game
thing you
last
need
year.
to know about us Vikings fans, if you're not aware of it, is we're aware of the letdown. Okay, so when you think of the Minneapolis Miracle, then the next week in the NFC Championship game, we got smoked by the Eagles. In 19, we ran the dog shit out of the Saints and blew them out of their own building in the first round of the playoffs. And then we got smoked by the 49ers. So last year, we got Sam Darnold getting water thrown all over him after beating the Packers.
Twice. Swept them.
And the thing is it was like David Rinaldi said, I think we did that too soon. So I think we celebrated too soon. I saw it and I said, I don't like this. So no, I was not supremely confident going into that game against you guys.
Just for how, earlier on in the season, it was a really good game between us. It took a last-second field goal, and then it culminated with that last game. It just felt like it was going to be closer, and then it wasn't. So I was honestly just wondering, like, if you had that level of confidence last year.
I've been a Vikings fan since I was a little kid in the 70s. I've seen a lot of emotional letdown. And I felt like after that Packers game, I was just like, damn. Well, we're going to get to the playoffs. We'll see what we do then.
And I don't know. I gotta go back and watch our video before that game because I feel like we all were pretty confident we can go in and win that game, be division champions, and get that bye. Yes, we did say hopefully them pouring water on Sam Darnold wasn't just our Super Bowl, which it ended up being our damn Super Bowl. But I think we were pretty confident going into that game. I would say cautiously optimistic going into that game because, like Fish
That would be
says,
the way of saying it, yeah.
like Fish says, okay, we've been here before, so we're a little standoffish. But nah, we went into that game thinking we could win that game, and we felt pretty good about it. And it was just a total dud.
Yeah, that game reminded me of 2017 playoffs where we were riding a high. Right? We got a chance for the number one spot. We got a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and we just got steamrolled. And that's what we expect every single time we come in as a Vikings fan for one of these big games is you are going to let us down.
Yeah.
So
I probably had some bravado, Jacob. I probably had some bravado going to my TikTok friends because that's when it started. It started after that first game of the season where after you guys beat us in that close game, right? Close game, good game. And these nut jobs start coming on top. Oh, we smoked you. We could, and that's when it all started. So I probably had some bravado going for that, but it was lurking.
Can I go back to what you said about stopping Saquon Barkley? Because
sure,
he just had his first 100-yard game last week.
Was it against us?
No, he hasn't. No.
Okay, we stopped him.
That's my point. I don't think it's anything y'all did right. Their O-line just played like shit for 7 weeks.
Okay.
That'd be my take on it. So I don't
Sounds like you're hopeful your O-line's going to hold up to our front seven.
Yeah, I'd take our front seven versus yours.
I'm sure you would.
So, Jason, why don't you let us know about one player that us Viking fans might not know about, but he's an impact player for the Lions.
Well, I don't. You guys probably know about Elaine McNeil, but he just came back off IR and
Oh, did he?
he played 40 snaps, which was a surprise against Tampa Bay. We were on bye last week. I know that Nuke had just mentioned him before, but I think that's the guy to watch out in this game because Hutch gets so much attention, especially after this contract extension, where you're just not going to want him to beat you. And McNeil putting pressure in the middle versus JJ will be in a loud environment. I think is going to be a big impact player of this game.
I'm gonna write these down because it seems like when we do ask this question every week, I end up noticing those players making impact plays. So I'm
None of ours.
watch out for that. Yeah, when we tell you guys about a player, like, oh, he didn't even play that game.
Blimp.
So Jacob, who's it for you?
I think Nuke called him out earlier, but Al-Quadin Muhammad, he's the edge guy that we have on the other side of Hutch. And, kind of like what Jason had already said, Hutch just commands so much. They constantly have a tight end running back. They're always chipping over there. And Al-Quadin Muhammad is, been very beneficial on the other side of that because all the attention's going the other way. Al-Quadin's got 6 sacks right now. He's got a positive grade on Pro Football Focus. He's somebody that they should account for, but they don't. He's got a ton of pressures, a ton of hurries. And, it's kind of just one of those things that because teams have to put so much, on Hutch's side, somebody's got to get open or somebody's got to get through. And that's been Al-Quadin Muhammad because our other edge, Marcus Davenport's been out. But Al-Quadin's been stepping up. So. Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, man.
Y'all don't miss him?
No.
How? He robbed us. He was here for 160, played a game and a half. All right, so
we've gotten about 3 out of Marcus in 2 seasons or 1.5. So yeah.
You got to put him back. Nuke, who's a guy that we might not know about, and not a guy that they already mentioned?
Not a guy that you guys already.
He got muted.
Isaac Tesla, our rookie. He's a big guy. He finds some open space. He knows how to get open, and he can catch the ball. He runs routes well. I don't think that your number 3 guy or your nickelback guy is going to be able to stick on him. I mean, anybody. The kid is kind of a freak of nature, if you ask me. He's 6'4", over 200 pounds, runs a 4.4 40, and every catch he's caught this year has been a one-handed catch. It's hilarious. But I would say outside of him, maybe Derek Barnes or Jack Campbell, man. The way that Kelvin Shepherd uses them in coverage and blitzes, like how they did with Lamar Jackson, like they were all over him, man. Like the whole defense was all over him, but those guys made plays. And not only are they run defense heavy, they do pretty good covering. But I mean, the way they use the blitz, I can just only imagine if y'all are scheming to stop Hutch and Ali McNeil, an adjustment gets called to send guys from somewhere you just don't see it coming from. And you got an inexperienced quarterback who hasn't played many games. So, yeah, I think Kelvin Shepherd's actually the player.
Does Tesla, does he play a lot?
Yeah, he took the 3rd roster spot or 3rd receiver spot for the most part, but they still use Khalif Raymond as well as a speed and gadget guy, and he goes out there and blocks too. All our receivers block. But Isaac Tesla, even in the Kansas City game, he was open on one of the end up getting the flag called, you know what I mean? But he is a big target, and he covers a lot of ground. And I think people don't account for him because he is a rookie, and he does split kind of snaps, but he's out on the field quite a bit. And I could imagine him having 50, 60 yards maybe If the opportunity presents itself. I'm not saying that's
Not
gonna
against
happen.
Okuda, man. I don't know if you're familiar with Jeff Okuda, but he's pretty locked down at that third cornerback.
No fly zone, baby.
Well, when we saw the training camp reports of Jeff Okuda looks so good in your camp, we're like, just wait till the season starts. And,
Yes.
You and me both, buddy.
yeah.
When you guys drafted him, I called him a bust instantly. That dude's a bust. I seen him play. It is not good.
I think we were just optimistic. We're like, oh, well, look what we did with Sam Darnold. This is going to be Brian Flores as Sam Darnold. And it took about 1.5 preseason games for us to know. No, it's not gonna happen. But our team didn't see it that way because we only kept 3 damn cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Like, what team does that?
I thought he was going to be out quicker than a Caleb Evans.
Drink.
Another guy, like, just because the guys got to get a lot of snaps last week, we showed that our guys, our second string, third string corners, they can play and they can cover good guys. I'm not saying that all those guys are Justin Jefferson, but those corners are playing ball. Whiteside was playing ball. Rock was playing ball. Like, with the pass rush that's giving them help, on top of them actually being, I think I like both of those guys better than Terrion Arnold. I hope Terrion doesn't play.
That's Shaq's favorite player.
Well, Terrion Arnold was a full practice today, so he is definitely going to play.
Yeah, well, I hope they don't rob some of those guys of their snaps, and they keep them in rotation because they earned it last week. Those guys played lights out, and they made plays that caused turnovers. You know what I mean? So, hey,
they're going to keep a meek on Justin Jefferson again.
I think so. I think he'll have him crying the whole game too, like he did last year. He was frustrated. Why aren't you calling it, ref?
Yeah, I think he might put up
hard to do twice,
like he did the time before that.
I think they rotate. They put fresh legs on him because he is a fast guy. You know what I mean? And they might put some size on him, like Whiteside.
We got Addison on the other side. Like, you realize that, right? Like, and Addison's been doing the most damage the past few games.
Absolutely. I saw some stats about him, but that's Kelvin Shepherd's job, is to make adjustments. So it's like, you got this guy and this guy.
Wait, what'd you say? What was that word? It started with an A, ended with a mince. What is
adjustment?
What the?
I'm not familiar with that term. Is that like some slang?
One thing
we don't do that over here.
One thing about Addison is that he does. I mean, him and JJ look good together, but Addison also has been tearing up zone coverage, and the Lions do not play zone very much. It's mostly man-to-man. So, I'm not saying Jordan is, can't beat man-to-man, but I know that he does a lot of his damage in zone, and I don't expect the Lions to play.
He does.
Separation. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But I mean, he's a route runner. I think he'll lose the cornerback. I think he'll get his. But no, that's fair about the zone covers thing. Fish, who's a player that these guys might not be familiar with that they will become familiar with on Sunday?
Well, I'm pretty sure that you guys are actually familiar with them, but what I'm not sure is if you're aware of the fact that Andrew Van Ginkel was a full practice today.
Mm-hmm.
So he will play, and he is a big difference maker on this defense. It's kind of what was lurking in the back of my mind when you and I were having our little back and forth, Nuke, about front sevens. Is our front seven looks vastly different when we've got Gink on the bookend with Grenard. Jalen Redmond, who I've been on board with since the day we signed him, has had a renaissance type of season. He's actually outshined Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. So you guys are not going to have as good of a time dealing with our front seven as maybe you're thinking, Nuke. Ginkel is different. He's different. He sets the edge on the run. He's nasty about playing the pass. And what was that stat you threw out about the last game he played where he only had 8 snaps? 8 snaps, 2 sacks?
Yeah, 8 snaps, 2 sacks.
I'll take a 25% success rate on a defensive end any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
I was gonna go with Jalen Redmond. I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. I don't know if his name's making his way outside of the Viking zone, but he had 8 pressures last week against the Chargers, probably like the lone bright spot for this team. So he can get after the quarterback. And Jared Goff is not as agile as a Justin Herbert. So I do think that Jalen Redmond gets him at least one time and puts pressure on him a couple more times, which should force a turnover. I think you guys will get familiar with Jalen Redmond. Cody, who do you want to curse this week?
So I got two, right? But my one that's definitely a thing.
Can you just do one?
No, I gotta have two. I gotta have two. And the first one is you guys met him before last year in the playoffs where you lost. Where he was the guy to stop Jahmyr Gibbs for that Washington Commanders team. Right. And I think it's gonna be Jonathan Allen. I think it's finally we brought Jonathan Allen in for this reason. And I know you guys remember who Jonathan Allen is, right? And I think he does it. And I think he's going to be a low-key player after playing so bad this year that he finally clicks and he's going to come forward. The other guy I have, everybody's familiar with him, I think, in my opinion. But past 2 years, he's only played 8 quarters of football. He's kind of low-key under the radar. It's going to be J.J. McCarthy. He's going to come back and he's going to show us why we are Vikings fans, why we're going to root for this kid when 75% of fan base hates the kid. You know, that's what we're dealing with right now. They just do not like J.J. McCarthy for some reason. There's guys out there that would rather drafted Michael Pratt and Jordan Travis over J.J. McCarthy. Wow, were they wrong? And we're going to show it this Sunday. So my guy is Jonathan Allen, and my make-believe guy is going to be J.J. McCarthy.
Cody, full of the hopium right now. He's trying to put something out into the ether. Jason, I saw your face when he was talking about Jonathan Allen. What was that about?
I just didn't want to think about the Washington Commanders game. That's all I was. Okay. That's all that was.
Okay, that's fair. Shaq, you got a guy for these guys that they need to watch out for on Sunday?
Yeah, I got a little combo package.
Oh, you too.
It's going to be Jordan Mason from the 49ers. He's our little hammer that we're going to use to try to bully your front seven. And I'm going to put faith in our first-round draft pick from this year, Donovan Jackson from Ohio State. I believe those two will be the key to getting our run game going. And we're going to see who's going to have the better run game Sunday.
You think it might be us?
Do I think? You see that? You see what that says?
10-0.
All these wide receivers, and we're talking about the run game.
Wait, isn't what's his name back?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, didn't he? Did he play last week?
Back.
Yeah, he's back. We started. Just like how y'all got Sonic and Knuckles.
Nah, don't even finish that statement.
We got James.
They're kind of the same.
They got Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Oh,
like a dollar store version.
Wow, a dollar store Beavis and Butthead?
We're gonna call ours Unc and Nephew.
Unc and Nephew. All right. Well, before we get into our score predictions of this game, Cody and Shaq, why don't you go through your guys' 5 keys to this game, and then I want their reaction.
Okay. So I think we talked about this earlier. I even sent the meme in the group chat. If you're gonna blitz, make sure the middle of the field is covered in some form. B-flow. There should not be a reason why we're sending 6-7 guys and then the quarterback has 2 seconds to see, not even 2 seconds. He has a nanosecond to see, oh, the middle of the field's open. And we know the Lions have a player who eats in the middle of the field. His name is Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's been killing us for the last 5 years. B-flow, stop the middle of the field. That's all they're going to try to do is throw it in the middle of the field. If you're going to blitz, make sure the middle of the field is covered.
I like it.
Yeah, number 2 is arguably the best edge rusher in the game since I would say almost Lawrence Taylor and even Micah Parsons, right? Aiden Hutchinson's a dog. So to be healthy with your offense, to make sure it's moving the chains forward, you need to either double Aiden Hutchinson, right? And you better double him on Christian Darrisaw's side. And if he's on if Brian O'Neill doesn't even play in this game, he's on the right tackle side. And when there's Rouse over there or someone else that is completely garbage, stay away from that side if you're going to throw anything. It cuts half the field out, right? If you're going to stay away from, use JJ McCarthy's legs. Make him become mobile out of that pocket, rolling away from Aiden Hutchinson. And if you do have to throw it that way, or you have to have any kind of play go that way, make sure it's a screen pass. All right. And make sure the quarterback is competent enough to see Aiden Hutchinson is overcommitted into the backfield before you throw that football.
Yeah, it's crazy how much he's come back from that injury and how dominant he's been. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, he's been amazing. And the thing is that you talked about that screen pass. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there. Go ahead.
No, keep
You're
going.
fine, you're fine.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Hutch has got 4 interceptions, so you're right. You better make sure he commits in there before, because if he sniffs that thing out,
He's gonna
I
gink
want to
it.
get Hutch get his touchdown. He hasn't got a touchdown yet in this league. I want to see him get his touchdown.
I wish you didn't say that right now. I really, really wish you didn't.
Because we're not going to. We got a young quarterback. He's not going to know when to throw that ball on the screen.
So
Hey, Hutch played with McCarthy though.
Yeah,
He's going to think twice about hurting him. He might just try to swat that ball out.
Yeah.
just put him down on the ground gently.
Yeah, right.
We need the kid.
Yeah.
So number 3, I have scheme other players open, KOC. Everybody knows about Justin Jefferson. We have all these amazing plays to get Justin Jefferson the ball. But Justin Jefferson is not the only player on our offense. If you look at all these other teams, yeah, they all have one elite player, but they also have offenses that, scheme for other players to get the ball. Like, I'm okay with the screens to TJ Hawkinson in the backfield so we can get 2-3 yards. But we got Addison. Do a wheel route with Jordan Mason. Do a wheel route with Aaron Jones. Throw the ball to scheme some plays for Oliver. You don't have to do it in the red zone. You can do it in the middle of the field. We have so many players. Just scheme other players open.
I like it.
And my next 2, right, they're coming back here. It's all on the coaching staff. And the very first one is take command of your team. You got embarrassed on Thursday Night Football primetime. The second time you got embarrassed on a primetime game. And at the end of the first half, you got coaches joking with players. And when you're down 3 scores, that should never happen as a coach, right? So they should do is they take command of their team, right? Take command, figure out a way to win the game. That's why you're a head coach. You're figuring out the issues ahead while it's in the game plan. If it's not working, take command, figure it out to make something else work. You've got a quarterback out there that's half broken for the past 2.5 games. Yeah, keep throwing them out there. Take command of your team. Take charge of your team, right? And that goes to KOC and all the head coaches. And the next one is basically don't get embarrassed. I'm not trying to get embarrassed in America's Game of the Week. I got embarrassed for fucking 2 primetime games. It ain't going to happen right now. So how do you not get embarrassed? Don't show a replay of our coaches smiling and laughing down 3 scores after first half. That's embarrassing, right? I didn't want to say it. It's embarrassing to watch when our coaching staff starts crumbling. It gets really, really bad for the Minnesota Vikings. We saw it with Mike Zimmer. We saw it with Brad Childress. We saw it with Denny Green. When it gets embarrassing, it starts crumbling, and it gets very, very bad. And it gets very bad quickly, and someone ends up getting fired. Do not get embarrassed in this game, especially against a divisional rival.
That was the most important one to me, is don't get embarrassed. Because, everything else falls in line if you don't get embarrassed. And I went to that the Thursday game, the Charger game, and that was pretty damn embarrassing.
We told you.
Yeah, you did tell me not to go. What do you think about that one? Don't get embarrassed, Newt.
It's important for any organization to just take everything seriously, even if you're losing. Once you lose that mentality and you're not trying to punch people in the mouth, it just goes downhill fast, man. If you got coaches like you said, I didn't see that part, but coaches joking and smiling when you're down 3 scores is not shit to smile about, man. It's getting your ass kicked. But
That's what Dan Campbell have done if your quarterback coach was joking with your quarterback when you were down 3 scores.
What'd you say?
What would Dan Campbell have done if your QB coach was joking with your quarterback during the game while you're down 3 scores?
I'd probably eat that guy's heart out.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like Dan Campbell in that sense as a coach. The dude he's a no nonsense guy. He's straight up, he'll say what he needs to say. He's blunt about it. And I want KOC to kind of, hey, follow some footsteps that way. Dude's way too passive. And he's okay with getting embarrassed. He's going to sidestep around it. Like Dan Campbell is not sidestepping shit. He gets embarrassed. He's that straight at it, blunt wise. Yeah. Like they asked him this week, how do you feel about JJ McCarthy playing this week? We don't care who's playing this week. Like that's during the press conference, and that was it. That was the answer. O'Connell has this whole paragraph for the answer. Dan Campbell's 4 words, and he's done. Move on to the next question.
I mean, he did give some praise to the team, but I think that's just professionalism. He said that they got great coaches. They'll find a way to scheme and block for McCarthy to keep some pressure off of him. He gave him some praise. I saw that interview as well, but
he also talked up Redmond too. He gave him huge praise.
So I just think that I don't think this one's going to be close, especially if you guys coming from guys laughing on the sideline. Like that's culture. That's not something you fix in a week. Like you got to get on your guys' ass. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, the guy that was laughing on the sidelines in the hospital now. So
fixed.
Hope he gets.
I like how you said that's culture with this rumor that's going around about the locker room. I like that.
I'm just getting the sense. Are you guys not happy with KOC? Like from afar, I mean, he seems like won Coach of the Year last year. Seems does better than you would expect with his roster, but sounds like you guys are just unhappy. Is it because you guys are 3-4, or is this something that's been brewing for a while?
It's kind of brewing. I think things are kind of ticking, like the running the ball issue, not adjusting very well during games. You're in the playoffs and you're done. That's it. It's 1 win and you're out, or not even a win, you're out. And then it's the on and off seasons going forward. And it kind of stems towards draft too, where our GM and coach aren't drafting very well either. We just talked about Dallas Turner. We gave up a slew of picks for him. It's a melting pot, and it's starting to really boil over right now.
I think the 3-4 has a lot to do with it, but it has been building up. Something that we've been asking for the whole time has been a coach is wishing he would give up play calling duties and kind of focus on managing the whole game and not just the offense. And he's just not very good at play calling, and he thinks he's being all tricky, but everybody knows what he's doing. And, sometimes he just gets too cute. It's 3rd and 1. You went and got Jordan Mason. Run the ball, get that first down, get a fresh head of downs. No, I'm probably going to do a halfback pass. So
I'm going to put Jefferson in the backfield.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll put Jefferson on the backfield on a 3rd and 1, and then
and then throw it to our second string tight end.
Yeah.
We did that. We put Amon-Ra in the backfield and handed the ball to him, and then let him take 2 steps and pitch it to Gibbs.
Yeah.
But that was a nice play, and that worked.
I would have been happy if he handed the ball.
What down was it when y'all did that?
I'm not throwing in my second string tight end.
It was on 4th.
4th down?
4th down.
How many
Did you guys get it?
Time was 4th down. Actually, both times 4th down, right? One was a touchdown.
Twice, yeah.
Second one was it was just last week or last game.
Yeah, well, see, we had TJ Hawkinson taking a snap under center and pitching it back to Joshua Dobbs, our quarterback.
Yeah, that happened. See, the difference is you guys give your playmakers the ball. We give her like 3rd chapter string, whatever you call them, playmakers the ball for the play. Like we gave her the 2nd string tight end the ball for some reason, and we didn't you guys give your guys playmakers the ball. We don't.
That's like smartest guy in the room syndrome right there, where you think you're just going to outsmart people. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
They'll never see this
dig
coming.
on you guys, but that's just what it sounds like.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So, Jason, what do you think is the Lions' key to the game?
Talking to Shaq, it's running the ball, right? We got to run the ball, and then so we can have our pedestrian quarterback be able to throw it. Now, it is going to be running. It's going to be running the ball and stopping your guys' run. That's what it's going to be. And my other key is make JJ uncomfortable. Just make him uncomfortable. That's hopefully you can, turnovers will turn the tide of this game, and Lions got to win that, and you can do that by making JJ uncomfortable.
That's probably a big one. What about you, Jacob? What's the key of the game for the Lions?
Yeah, the number one key is always like get these running backs out there and get the ball moving, control the time of possession, and just wear the defense down. Go on these long drives and just play our game, do our thing. We have Gibbs, we've got Demo. I know Demo didn't play against you guys last time, but just relentless rushing attack. Just stick to it, and we'll be all right.
Don't worry about time of possession because you guys will definitely have that because our offense hasn't been keeping time of possession.
Yeah.
And Nuke, what about you? Key to the game for the Lions?
I agree with that, but I think just dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, which I think is very possible. But same thing they did with Lamar Jackson. They kept him off the field. So keep 18 off the field, hold the ball, run the ball, pass, just convert. Make sure you're converting on second and third down. And I think the rest is history. I mean, that's really 18. Number 3, you keep both of those off the field, but you got to be able to give them the ball. So if the pass rush is doing what the pass rush has been doing, which is causing fumbles and raising hell, then, I mean, hey, sacks and strips and fumbles, that's what they've been doing every game.
All right. Well, before I get you guys out of here, let's do our score predictions. So what I want from you guys is your score prediction and who's going to win. And we're going to start with Shaq.
Oof. All right. I'm going to say the score would be 10-3 Vikings.
At the end of the first quarter or what?
Yeah.
At the end of the game.
After the first, yeah.
It's about to be a
That's real?
Yeah.
I'm about to hit end stream.
Yeah.
All right, 10-3 Vikings. Wow. I mean, I would definitely take that, but yeah, someone said after the first quarter. I think that might be after the first 6 minutes. All right, Jason, what do you got?
I hate this part, but I'm going to go Lions 33, Vikings. I'm going to give them 13. That's what I'm going with. I think it's going to be a pretty big game. Sorry, Fish. I'm not digging on you. That's just what I think is going to be.
That's all right.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll talk about you when you leave. All right, Cody, what do you got?
You do it. You do it in front of me, man. You do it in front of me. It's all right.
Hey,
Jacob
Fish,
will give me a tissue. I cry my tears.
Fish, you're about to hate me too, man. I'm going Detroit 34, Minnesota Vikings 20. I'm only saying this. It's not going to be J.J. McCarthy's fault we lose. He's going to play a good game, play a competent game. It's just the rest of the team is going to fall apart.
Just like it was a Sam Darnold's fault we lost against the Rams and Lions last year.
Now, that
No,
was
that was definitely Sam Darnold's fault.
That was definitely Sam Darnold.
You watched the game, right, Shaq? Oh.
The stats are going to be good for McCarthy. I think it's going to be 25 for like 31 game, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, just a quiet game managing type of game, over 250, I would say. And then it's just your offense is way too high octane for our defense to match, especially with our 3 cornerbacks and our weak run defense.
Yeah, just keep piling on us, Cody. All right, Jacob, what do you got?
All right. So here's the deal. I'm a very superstitious person. I will not predict the score of the game, but I will say this. Looking at the matchup on paper, if we take away like our fandom and everything like that, if you're just looking at the stats, you're just looking at what we're up against, I would say the Lions win this game probably 9 times out of 10.
I'm with you.
And we're at home. It's loud. JJ McCarthy's coming back for the first time. Hopefully he's got his tackles both with him, but they haven't played. It's going to be hard to get any kind of rhythm or anything going. So more often than not, the Lions are going to win this game, but I refuse to put a number on it or to say that we're going to. I feel like I'm guaranteeing a victory when I say that. So I'm going to decline putting out a specific score or end result.
Just for the sake of everything, magical in the universe, I took that as you predicted a win. Okay,
Well,
you guarantee a victory right now.
whatever whatever kind of superstition you're trying to put out there.
Jacob guaranteed victory. All right, you guys heard that, right?
90% victory.
Oh man, I'm so torn right now. I really am, because I made a hot take. Was it 3 weeks ago when JJ was hurt and Wentz was our starting quarterback, that JJ McCarthy would beat the Detroit Lions in week 9 of the NFL season. So with that being said, I actually got the Lions winning this game 31-17. That's the first time I've gone against my team, and maybe superstitions works against me, so this can come
Shameless
back.
He's hoping the reverse thing here.
Yeah, he's going reverse.
Yes.
Pass the ball.
Get the shameless to get that 1 point, huh, Keith?
I need points. We also keep track of our predictions and stuff like that, and I'm in last place. So,
Nice.
And it's probably because I take the Vikings every week.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first time I didn't. So hopefully it bites me and keeps me in last place. But Nuke, what do you got?
I've heard some closer to my prediction, but I'm going to say 38-10. 38-10.
Vikings?
Lions. 38-10.
38-10. Damn. And what sucks, if that's the game that's going on, I don't turn games off. I watch it to the end. So that'd just be freaking miserable.
Hey, man, we've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 38-10. Michael Fish, send us home.
Shaq, I love you, boy, Nuke. Because of that, I'm going to say 31-6 Vikings, and Max Rosemer's in on the fourth quarter doing mop-up duty.
Fish said,
Put Jack on the ends over here. We're going to get a combined 9 points between you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to add, I think that the Lions defense will score a touchdown this game.
That's funny because I was thinking ours was going to score 2. No lie. I was thinking that the whole time. It's going to be our defense scoring 2.
Oh, my gosh. Man. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on tonight. We appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys were cool Lions fans. I didn't know what we were going to get. I don't know if we were going to get the ones that talk smack or not. Got a little bit that with Nuke, but it was all fun.
Yeah, it was great. Love you guys. Hey, listen, win, lose, or draw, afterwards we do an aftercare of the game. You're welcome to come back and rub it in my face if Nuke is right.
All right.
I might take you up on that.
But if you guys only score 3 points, you definitely got to come back and give props.
We only score 3 points. I might not get out of bed.
If we score 3 points, I'm not watching any more Lions football.
I like that one. All right, fellas. Well, and if we don't see you guys on Sunday after the game, again, you guys are welcome to join us, win or lose. I'll send you guys a link. If you come, cool. If not, no sweat. But hopefully we can do this again before we play each other before Christmas.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you for having
me. Well,
yeah, thanks for
everybody in the comments. If you guys just like following other football podcasts, check them out. Talking Grit on YouTube. All right, fellas. All right.
Hey, those are better Lions fans than the ones we had last year. I will definitely say that. It was a lot calmer, a little more civil.
I want to admit, and that one, I mean, not for Fish because Fish is just locked in. That one was actually a little bit harder because it's like, all right, they're cool guys and stuff. So like, I can't just go all in on them. But also like where our teams are at. Like, they're riding high, we're kind of low. So like trying to be confident, but I can't. Like if they were Packers, like, oh man, we're gonna smoke you guys. You guys suck. I hate everything about you. Like it makes it easier. But they're Lions fans. They were cool and like. They're riding high, we're not. So it was kind of hard to stay super confident. And I am really mad at myself right now that I couldn't just say that we're gonna win.
I feel dirty.
Sorry.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I picked the first loss of the Vikings last week. You're on it this week. We're waiting for 2 more to come jump ship.
I picked the Vikings to lose last week, Cody. Hold off on that.
Oh, you did?
You did.
That's right, because that's why Keith said just going to be shameless for that point, huh, Fish?
Yeah.
Last week, yep.
I'm sorry. Like normally even with my gut, I'll get on here and I'm gonna say the Vikings are gonna win. But just
And
I'm
scores, huh, Keith? 2 scores. Two scores.
Well, that's why I said.
I'm concerned about this game. Okay, I'm sorry, I am.
That's
Like,
why I said
I don't.
Jonathan Allen.
You should be concerned about last week's game.
Shaq, I wasn't as concerned as apparently I should have been. I'll say that much. Like I went into that game thinking, all right, you know what? There's a very good chance we'll lose this game, but it'll be a good game. I'm gonna, take my girls. We're gonna have fun as a family, and we did until kickoff.
What I think needs to happen.
Got some good tacos in the parking lot.
Oh, this would be my Gallahorn question, actually.
So good tacos. I mean, I could almost forgive you for that then. Almost.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a shame that I'm not drinking right now because everywhere I went, hey, you want a shot? Hey, we got some beer. No, get away from me.
You're a better man than me.
Like, oh, hey, we just made a bunch of burgers. You want to? I just had tacos, man. No, I can't. If this was me last year, man, I don't know if I would have made it into the damn stadium. I'd have been drunk and full. Like, can you just turn the game on the radio? I'm like, kill out here. But yeah, shout out to them. Talking Grit on YouTube. If you just want to get another perspective, check them out. Now it's time for us to do Around the Gallahorn, which is our hot takes. And I did not have the sound already. I need a sound thing where I can just do it.
Yeah, that little button masher.
Yeah, I need to get one of those. But Cody, you seem the most ready to go with your Gallahorn.
Yeah, so I wanted to say one about the locker room thing, but I'm going to push that away. I'm going to have a hot take to say, hey, the Vikings have been atrocious on offense and defense, not because of the injuries that we've had, but because of the additions we added in the offseason.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if you look at it, I'm looking at Fries, I'm looking at Kelly, I'm looking at Isaiah Rodgers. Like these past 2 games, Isaiah Rodgers hasn't been really, really good.
Whoa.
It's been pretty rough. It's been rough on the guy. And I think that's what's our hurting point because we haven't drafted well and we pick these free agents up thinking, hey, we're a solid playoff team this year. We could have contention. They haven't been playing well for us at all this year, in my opinion. One game with Rodgers and that 99.9 PFF score. Other than that, I've been seeing some plays where he is far away from the wide receiver, even if it's in zone. So I'm gonna resolve the losing record for the Minnesota Vikings to the players that we added in the offseason more than the injuries that we've had.
That's a hot take, and so you're basically saying we went and fixed what wasn't broken, and I could ride with you on this one, except for the Isaiah Rodgers hate. I thought Isaiah Rodgers had a pretty good game against the Chargers, as good as we could have had from a defensive back in that game. For sakes, he had a touchdown. That was an interception. He had a touchdown, and it wasn't him that was getting burnt out there. The Eagle game, cool, burnt toast. I made him run laps for that one. But yeah, I was actually thinking about that a couple of days ago. I was like, man, what if we just had Harrison Phillips back and Cam Bynum back? Like, will we be better off? Like,
you think?
Did we overthink this and like change this team too much? So I like your hot take.
What do we have this year? 27 new players out of 53 on the roster.
You would be the one to know that.
Yeah, I think we did too much. I think we just did too much in the offseason.
It's like, could we trade Thielen for Harrison Phillips?
Even adding Adam Thielen. Oh my God.
Could we trade Thielen for Bradbury?
Yeah, should we just kept Bradbury and Ingram and
remember when I said keep Bradbury, make him into a fullback because he's athletic? Yeah, who's laughing now? Huh? Who's laughing now?
We don't even use our fullback that's a fullback.
I know.
So we wouldn't have used them correctly. All right, Fish, what do you got for us on your Around the Gallahorn hot take?
Sorry, Shaq. At this stage of the season, right now, the Vikings would have the exact same record if Sam Darnold was our starting quarterback.
That's pretty high.
That's I'm gonna need a little bit of elaboration on that.
Sam Darnold, too, holds the ball a little too long for this offensive line's take. He also showed the ability to miss some reads last year. And when the teams figured out how to get a pressure package on him, he folded. He would not have dealt with the amount of pressure that our quarterbacks have been taking this year. 3-4 with Sam Darnold.
Shaq, you got a rebuttal to that, or yeah, I see that.
I could see it only because the way our offensive line has been beat up this year, it's been worse than last year, only due to, we kind of experimenting with our center and right tackle and left tackle. Last year, we only had to deal with Darisaw being hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got 3 injured offensive linemen. So I could see that. The games
I can't believe you're folding like that, Shaq. I really can't, because I'd say we're 5-2 with Sam Darnold.
Our losses would have been better. We would score more points.
We would have saw a better game in person. We would have saw a win against the Atlanta Falcons with Sam Darnold at quarterback, and I think we would have beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So Sam Darnold is a better quarterback than JJ McCarthy?
No.
Yes.
It's more experience.
So we should have kept Sam Darnold.
Not long term. I would have kept Sam Darnold for the 1 year.
I would have too.
I disagree. There's no way Sam Darnold would have pulled out that Atlanta game. That line imploded.
Yeah, the line was pretty bad.
Game. That line imploded on that game. He would not have won that game.
I disagree.
I might be willing to give you the Pittsburgh game because it was competitive, but I don't know.
You're like KOC during that press conference.
But they scored a touchdown. Atlanta didn't score a touchdown till the end of the game. Like, that was a competitive game. If we could have just scored,
it was competitive because it was competitive.
Sam Darnold would have hit. Sam Darnold would have hit Jalen Naylor
in the red zone. It was
Sam Darnold would have hit Jalen Naylor
in the red zone, Keith. The fans turned the Falcons away with
we
noise.
did. So us with Sam Darnold in that game, we would have won.
Sam Darnold would not have got anything going in that game. The line imploded in that game.
Hey, Sam Darnold would have been the sacrificial lamb during the Atlanta Falcons.
He'd have been the one with the separated shoulder in that damn game.
What's up, Gary?
Let me get JJ McCarthy. It was a win-win if we would have kept Sam Darnold.
It was a win-win. Win-win.
Sam Darnold did
right, Cody.
I think it's crazy.
It would have been a win because we'd have been on the hook for $100 million on an injured quarterback instead of 8 or 10 or whatever we paid Wentz.
Hey, we wouldn't have the guys that we got in the offseason that aren't doing very much.
You guys are putting Sam Darnold on the same level as a guy making his second NFL start, and that's disrespectful.
Sacrificial lamb.
Sacrificial lamb that would have won that game, and we would have been a lot happier. We might have done something after the game instead of moped home.
No, I think we'd be happy. We'd be like, yeah, finally we get to see JJ McCarthy play football. That's my opinion.
Well, it's a hot take for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For my Gallahorn, it's not a happy one, that's for sure. I think we kind of knew that this season we were somewhat going all in, even though it's like we didn't get like these great players. We got older players that we were hoping would still be good, and that didn't really work out. And to do that, we kind of sacrificed our immediate future, in my opinion. So I believe we're about to head into another rebuild next season. I think this rebuild that we currently were in, it's been fumbled. It was a failure. And I blame Kwesi for most of it. I know like he's not the only one who makes a decision, but he makes the ultimate decisions. And they've all ended up bad to where we got these older veterans that are aging out and we don't have any young players behind them ready to step up. So we got to, kind of gut this thing and rebuild with, we have maybe 5 players that we want to move on with and try to keep together for a long time. That's not good. So we're about to enter, a dark period of Minnesota Viking football. And we're going to be rebuilding, and Kwesi cannot lead this rebuild. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah will be fired, even though he just got signed to an extension during this offseason.
My man, embrace the rebuild. This is my guy.
If we keep, I'm with you, Keith. If we keep the amount of picks that we have in this upcoming draft, and we have somebody who can actually draft, that rebuild could be turned around year one. I mean, how many picks do we have in the first 100? A competent GM who does it right could absolutely turn this team around year one. And yes, I agree with you. If this thing folds, then yeah, we're into another rebuild.
Yep. Embrace it, boys.
And part of that rebuild, Fish, would it include trading Justin Jefferson? Or is he a piece to keep? The honest of honest, Fish.
Give me a sec. I know this isn't good for us, but we're committed. Like, as much as I hate to say it, I think we have to keep him until the final year of his contract.
Yeah, I think you still do a rebuild with Justin Jefferson on the team because you still got to develop young players going forward.
I agree, because I think if we would have traded Jefferson earlier, like when we were talking about it a couple years ago, I think we could have got a haul. I think now you try to trade Justin Jefferson, especially with his contract. He's a little bit older. You might get a first. And like a late round pick. At that point, I'd just rather keep Justin Jefferson.
But here's the thing: if we would have traded him like 2 years ago and got that haul, it would have all been wasted.
Yeah,
the haul would have been wasted because Kwesi can't draft. What you said earlier about, investing our eggs in those baskets, a wise man, after he saw that Kwesi Adolfo-Menso paid Byron Murphy Jr. what he paid him, and then made the key free agent signing being a 30-year-old Jonathan Allen and paid him what he paid him. A wise man said somewhere that Kwesi Adolfo-Menso should be let out of the building in handcuffs.
I don't understand why they actually gave him the extension. Like, I don't know what was proven. But
yeah, why extend a guy that spends all your money? That it makes zero sense to me.
I've been trying to not overreact about Dallas Turner too. But I hate to say it, as time goes on, Lewis Cine was a first-round draft pick, and we didn't give up to get him. We traded back, which we didn't get the first-round pick the following year, so I guess you could say that. And he couldn't crack the starting rotation and got cut from the team. And here we are with Dallas Turner, a first-round pick, and he can't crack the starting rotation with Genk and Grenard both healthy. And I just ask me about my confidence in Kwesi right now, 1 to 10.
Yeah, on your fantasy football team, JJ 2024.
Yeah.
What happened to Shaq?
I don't know.
He's like, I don't got a hot take. I'm out of here.
Right? I don't got a purple prophecy.
Hey, Robbie, to answer your question.
Ronaldo's going off right now. He's saying he's cutting and trading everybody. I'm taking that the Dodgers lost.
To answer Robbie's question earlier about the new night, no, it's just it seems though Halloween week is a bad week for Keith for keeping us on schedule. So we had to go to Wednesday this week, but next week we'll be back on Thursday.
What is next week? Will we be back on Thursday? Yes, we will be.
We got families to take care of on Halloween, trick-or-treating. Got to wake up early for work, then get off work.
I got to go to a Kings game tomorrow in the nosebleeds.
A Kings game, and then it's just it's a thing.
What's up, D Skol? Oh, I'm trying to wait on Shaq so we could do our hot takes. I mean, our predictions. You got married on Halloween?
Nice.
That actually make a lot of sense.
That's pretty cool.
Married you. That's spooky.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, shit, Halloween wedding, that'd be pretty dope.
Trey Turner, for what? We wouldn't get half of what we gave up to get him.
At this point?
When we trade Turner, he becomes an all-pro.
Yeah. Safety.
It's like an offensive lineman we get rid of, and then he's doing really well on a shitty offensive line.
Robbie's not a Dodger fan yet.
He's a Yankees fan, so it's similar.
What? Keep wasting exceptional solid individuals. Come on, man.
That's so gold.
All right, fellas. Well, I don't know if Shaq's coming back.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Well, I got to work tomorrow, so we need to get out of here. It's getting late. It's 9 o'clock.
Poor guy.
I gotta play some 2K. Let's go.
No. Let's go ahead and get into these purple prophecies and give our predictions for this weekend. Who's ready? Of course you are. Oh, there he is. He's like, did somebody say predictions?
I'm back. Okay.
All right, Shaq, lead us off with your prediction.
Prediction. I predict that. Can I use this as my hot take? The Vikings will go 10-0 for the rest of the season. My prediction.
Yeah, but you gotta say it again.
I predict the Minnesota Vikings will go 10-0, meaning they will go undefeated for the rest of the regular season.
You don't say.
I do say.
Michael Fish, what do you got?
The Minnesota Vikings will hold Jahmyr Gibbs to 80 yards from scrimmage on Sunday or less.
I like it. I like our chances. If that happens, I like our chances, unless Amon-Ra St. Brown has 25 catches. What do you got, Cody?
I will say Jonathan Allen will have his highest PFF grade to date, and it'll be the reason why the Vikings keep this game close.
All right.
I don't think you picked a close game.
I didn't. But I need
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he predicted the score to be and what his prediction for the game, Fish. Like, we don't have to get caught up in what we said earlier to what we're gonna say now.
But aren't you going to make a video for both? Aren't you going to make a clip for both?
Hey,
I don't know. I don't know if this is getting a clip.
We're getting both sides.
Well, close is a relative term, distance.
Cody, what was your score prediction again?
It was 34-20.
Yeah, that's not relative, Shaq.
But I did say my key is Jonathan Allen.
That is closer than last week's game.
Got him there. So, yeah, let's not get wrapped up in our score predictions and our prophecies, because our prophecies, we're trying to will it a little bit, if you will. And that's why I got JJ McCarthy accounting for at least 3 touchdowns and 1 turnover or less in this game.
That sounds like a good quarterback.
And that would be more than the 17 points I predicted.
That's kind of what was going through my head, but I just got told we don't conflate these two things.
That's why I set that up.
I mean, so you're not going to make 2 TikTok clips, right? Because we have observant people, right, that called our hot takes predictions, right?
Yeah. I don't know if that's getting clipped. So Re-injured by halftime. Oh, come on. I don't know if I want JJ McCarthy to succeed more just because I'm a Viking fan and I want him to succeed, or if I just want Robbie to shut up.
I just want him to play well. Just
Can't we
give
have
me
both?
something to look
Yes,
at.
we can both.
Yeah. It's nice watching Carson Wentz the past 2 weeks, and then going to watch JJ McCarthy, right? Because you can't do much worse than what Carson Wentz did the past 2 weeks, right? Right?
Right.
And JJ McCarthy says, "Hold my meniscus."
Come on, bitch.
Dude.
So I will say this.
Man, I got us winning 31-6.
Oh,
Yeah, but with Brosmer, apparently.
No, mop-up duty in the fourth quarter, meaning the game's out of reach.
Well, I'm just saying, you're like talking about his meniscus. It's like the man is not brittle. He's not injury prone yet.
one more injury and we can deem it that. But right now we're on 2, so we're good.
Right now, I'm not even having that conversation. But the conversation I will have is we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So, Shaq, final words.
Final words. I like to shout out the Lions crew who came in. You know, it's fun chit-chatting with y'all. If you're still here on this late hour, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. It helps grow the podcast so we can reach more viewers. If you're feeling generous, you can also send donations to the Cash App, Let's Go $, or you can click the $sign on YouTube and send a donation. We greatly appreciate anything that contributes to us. And I just want to see a good game. We got JJ McCarthy back. I just want him to prove he was a franchise quarterback, and that we didn't need to pay Sam Darnold $100 million for 3 years because JJ McCarthy could do the same thing for less money. Yeah.
Fish, what do you got?
For Vikings fans, by Vikings fans. And despite these two negative Nellies right here, we're disillusioned enough to think that meh team in Detroit's going to beat us. I don't want to see a good game. I want to see a dominant game from us where we beat the snot out of them. A reminder, the Lions have played 2 decent teams that were relatively healthy and lost by 13 points to both of them. They were talking up how they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and made Baker Mayfield rattled and all that. Who was Baker Mayfield throwing to? Because Mike Evans was knocked out of the game in the first quarter? Who was he throwing to? Joe Booty Cheeks and Andrew Van Ass? I mean, he had nobody. He had nobody to throw to. So, of course, they beat him. But as soon as they played 2 decent teams that were relatively healthy, they sucked. And they're going to suck again on Sunday. We're going to win. Let's Skol.
Let's go. Fish, I can't wait to see your riled up clip you sent before this game for TikTok. I can't wait to see how you're going to shake the beehive. I'll be waiting for it, though. Cody, final words.
So I'd agree with you, Fish, but they did play a Baltimore Ravens team that was pretty healthy with Lamar Jackson.
That 1-5 team or whatever they are?
Yeah, with Malachi Starks or whoever you wanted in the draft over Donovan Jackson. And the defense is dog crap. Yeah, that team. But we're going to move on forward. Last thing is I can't say it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I just want to say, hey, have a good Halloween. Do some trick-or-treating. Turn on those porch lights. You know, kids are walking around trying to have a good time. You got no porch light on. That means you just get some candy out there to them children, right? Other than that, I hope we have a great time on Sunday. I hope we beat the Lions. It all depends on JJ McCarthy. And like we said in the offseason, this team is going to have to rely on JJ McCarthy for us to win games, right, to be successful. And right now, without JJ McCarthy, 2-3. With JJ McCarthy, 1-1. So right now it's adding up to JJ McCarthy being on the field for us to be successful. And like any other show, it's always let's go.
And if teenagers come to your door dressed up trick-or-treating, give them candy too. Because that means they're not out doing Jordan Addison things. All right. Yeah. They're trick-or-treating. Give them some damn candy.
A 35-year-old man comes to your door. I need some candy. Give me some candy.
That might be weird.
Trick-or-treating too.
Give him the candy corn.
Give me a shot of something.
Give me
give
a
me a
shot.
Give
Yeah,
me a
feed
shot.
your adults shots on the way.
See that's actually what I'm worried about trick or treating. That's normally the time like I really like going around and I have my beers and I'm drinking, taking the kids, and at the houses they'll give me a shot. Can't do it this year, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're done for the night. Thank you for everybody who's in the comments, who've been here watching us. Thank you for supporting. We love doing this, and we need you here to keep it going. And thank you for showing up on short notice. If this was a Wednesday show, we will be back at it on Thursday. But before that, we will be here Sunday after the Lions game, when I predict the Vikings will win, by the way, for aftercare. So see you after the game and see you on Thursday. Until then, let's Skol.
Let's go.
Let's go, man.